Happening now at UCLA. Students, holy shit.
All right, everyone. So for the folks in the front, we're gonna have a system. We're gonna do red, yellow, green system. For the folks in the red, if you are comfortable with potentially being arrested for being in protest and protecting folks upstairs, can you come up to the front of this, the stairway? If you're not comfortable with that, feel free to move towards the back. We're gonna put you in the green zone. And then for folks who may be comfortable with that.
What? The Gestapo were actually collaborating with the Mufti of the Philistines? Bad word choice. Yeah, brother, the Palestinian Grand Mufti that was appointed by the British Empire at the time that did not represent the interests of the Palestinians, even before or after, that met with Adolf Hitler, was a marginal figure that the British colony had placed in a position of power upon the Palestinians there. Not only that, but also a shit ton more Palestinians, as a matter of fact, died fighting to liberate Jewish people from the Holocaust concentration camps. So the fact that you keep bringing up this fucking Palestinian mufti that the British Empire had, oh, it was the British colony, right? No, you're right. Palestinians actually just like all are rabid anti-Semites who loved Adolf Hitler. You're so right. What a fucking idiotic take, dude. The Gestapo were actually collaborating with the fucking mufti of the Philistines. Bad word choice. Brother, your ahistorical approach is not going to work here. This is like elementary fucking... This is unironically Holocaust revisionism coming from people who want to defend Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu has been roundly criticized for bringing up the Palestinian mufti to make it seem like he was actually fundamental in Hitler's final solution. Roundly criticized by Holocaust historians in Israel, as a matter of fact. Opinion, please. Progressive Professor Judith Butler. Understanding Hamas, Hezbollah as social movements that are progressive, that are on the left, that are part of the global left is extremely important. How progressive do you think these organizations have to be? I don't care what Professor Judith Butler said, and I certainly don't care about what your false understanding of what she presented was. Okay? The notion that you are holding people who are resisting against the Israeli genocidal regime to the civil standards that you wish they had in a country that does not have said same civil standards for oppressed populations all around the fucking world is ridiculous. I hate this bullshit liberal aesthetic pandering. Oh my God, I can't believe Hamas doesn't care about gay people. Bitch, what the fuck do you mean? Every country in the Abraham Accords, especially Saudi Arabia, openly does a million times worse shit to gay people. Okay? These countries have never had a moment of fucking freedom for them to turn around and actually have their own civil social movements. Okay? No, you're cynically coming in here, Sun Tzu Lander, with these fucking half-assed bullshit Hasbara takes, trying to tackle this issue from a liberal Zionist framework, which I've heard a million times over. Okay? Palestinian people cannot have gay rights before they have sovereignty. Okay? It's not like the Israeli bombs are avoiding gay Palestinians, dumb fuck. Yeah, dude, I can't believe the Hezbollah's understanding of homosexuality is not a more important, more prescient problem here when southern Lebanon is getting fucking eviscerated by Israeli weapons. Yeah, dude. That's the real problem. When the Christian phalangists actually took over the Palestinian encampments in Lebanon and did horrific acts of brutal violence that the IDF collaborated with, and the IDF actually kettled and corralled the Palestinians and the Lebanese population that were living there inside of the Dahiyas into this kill zone that they had created, where people literally were fucking cutting the Christian phalangist militias cut a fucking pregnant woman up. You know the fucking lie that the Israeli government told on October 7 about a pregnant woman being assaulted by Hamas militants only to have her fucking pregnant belly cut up and have their baby removed? That actually happened. That actually happened with the IDF's overwatch over the Christian phalangist militias in Lebanon. You think this kind of fucking bullshit is going to work here? A very influential professor calls a terrorist organization with the intent to wipe out a progressive. Okay. Anyway, Armenian genocide denial is a tough question for some. My man came in here. It's a tough question for Israelis, dumb fuck. The Armenian genocide happened. It's not a tough question for me. But of course, because you're a racist piece of shit, you think I'll probably deny it like your fucking Israeli cohorts do. Dumb fuck. Because Zionists have to deny the Armenian genocide, because if they don't deny the Armenian genocide, then the rest of the world will go ahead and say, well, what do you mean the Armenian genocide happened? You're doing a genocide in the exact same way to the fucking Palestinians. Lol, keep listening to propaganda, son. You don't hear anything I'm saying, and you're fucking moving goalposts one by one, only to get eviscerated on every single talking point, only to fucking turn around and say that. Okay, glad you admit that. Strange that there's a monument in Turkey denying and calling Turks the victim. Yeah, exactly, dumbass, because unlike you, I'm not some fucking ape who only fucking operates on the propaganda points of its own goddamn state. Which, ironic if you're even Israeli at all, by the way. Probably not, because you did recognize the Armenian genocide. So I assume you're not that much of a fucking Zionist, or at least tapped into the Zionist talking points beyond like basic entry-level Hasbara talking points. Motherfucker coming here talking about Judith Butler, assuming that I fucking deny the Armenian genocide, only to switch the goalposts and be like, well, the Turkish government doesn't. You think I don't know that, idiot? Of course I know that. That's the difference between you and I, though. I don't think that fucking everyone is a monolith and represents their own fucking nation state unconditionally. That's what I expect from Israelis. There's plenty of fucking actual leftist, anti-Zionist Israeli Jews in my chat, and I respect them. And I respect them for resisting their fucking fascist state. But you, on the other hand, are a fucking dumb ape. See, moving goalposts are comparing Mohammedan hate and violence. No, I'm not Israeli. Western European winky face. I know. I could see the fucking snow roachery coming off of every fucking type, everything that you typed in the chat. Don't worry. You Angloid dipshit. Oh, we're so civil. So civilly genociding everyone. You Yakubian devil, you fucking ice dweller. Get the fuck out of my chat. Least racist Western European. He invoked a feminist scholar in an argument about the Levant. Yeah, while simultaneously fucking assuming that, one, I deny the Armenian genocide, noticing that I don't, and immediately switching back to the Turkish government, thinking that I fucking have to unconditionally support the Turkish government, not knowing what my positions are, while simultaneously dick riding the Israeli state all the way from Western Europe. It is not going to wash away your fucking genocidal crimes against the Jewish population, okay? No matter how hard you try to shift the attention over to like how Arabs are anti-Semitic, everybody knows what the Europeans did to the Jews, okay? Everybody knows. Of course, I'm the fucking one who is the racist, angry man, though, not him.
I have a Neanderthal in the chat. We have an ice dweller in the chat. Let me get rid of this ice dweller.
Dumb fuck, dude. Eurocucks always want to act like they didn't invent fascism. Well, that is one thing, okay? And there's plenty of wonderful Western Europeans in this chat who are resisting their own fucking form of fascism at home right now as we speak. But it's hilarious because I don't think they're resisting fascism at all. I think they see Israel doing fascism and they're like, oh, finally, they're doing it and it's awesome. We love that. We love that. Oh, it's great. They're just fascism appreciators. They're fascism enjoyers. They're like, it's the Jews doing it, so I don't like it because I don't like the Jewish people. But still, because they're doing fascism and they're doing it to our other enemy, which is far greater now than the old enemy, the Muslims, the Muslim scourge, that hell yeah, we are fully on board. Israeli fascism is dialectical materialism for Hitlerites. Yeah. They just love fascism, dude. They're fucking big fans. Anyway, going back to what's happening here, I'm sure that guy got a bunch of clippable moments that he can post on a litany of different subreddits talking about how fucking racist I am, despite the fact that he very racistly assumed that I fucking denied the Armenian genocide and blah, 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 and is like racistly defending the Israeli genocide against the Palestinian population. Of course, that won't make it to the final cut in the fucking clips. But hey, maybe you'll get a little bit of karma from other basement-dwelling cretins like yourself. Let's get back to the students.
You can go in the middle. So we'll start with the folks at the top, at the front. If you are comfortable with the potential of being arrested, please make.
I wonder what community it comes from. Obviously, it comes from the fucking I want to be able to say the N-word and I will write a manifesto on a subreddit with 1,000 fucking words. That's what the community is coming from. Duh. Everybody knows. Yeah. Tortellini's community. Octoberelli, Divorcerelli, Tactical N-Wordelli. Coming from a community that loves saying the N-word but hates the word cracker. I mean, that is oof, the absolute worst. The absolute worst word. Words are violence, guys. Does anyone have another person like filming on the campus or no? All right, now the SWAT and LRADs are headed towards UCLA. This is Ohio State, chatter. Enormous LASD presence in front of pro-Palestinian student protesters. Pro-Palestinian protesters gather in front of the Gaza Solidarity Encampment to speak about the violent attack they endured last night at the hands of pro-Israel agitators. Huge Los Angeles Sheriff's Department presence. Crowd slowly growing as pro-Palestinian protesters recount last night's violent assault by pro-Israel mob. Huge amount of donations coming to UCLA's Gaza Solidarity Encampment after last night's attack. Hundreds of UCLA students are forming a barrier in front of the Gaza Solidarity Encampment in an effort to block law enforcement from entering the space. Known Zionist provocateur Elie Civez has brought pepper spray to the pro-Palestinian student protest just one day after a pro-Israeli mob violently attacked the encampment. Notice how little girlfriend that he brought with him is wearing a fucking IDF t-shirt as well. But hey, I thought this guy was always being blocked, dude. I thought he was being blocked from entering campus. I thought he was being blocked from going to school. That's what CNN's Dana Fash told me. CNN's very own Dana Fash lied to me. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian students begin chanting while guarding the Gaza Solidarity encampment from counter-protesters and law enforcement. This is 18 minutes ago. I don't know if I want to watch this coverage. UAW 4811 is out there as well. Chat, you can't send me a fucking dude who says Hamas encampment. Zionist counter-protester Eli Tzivez retreats from encampment after promising to be back soon. Can you explain how the universities profit off the genocide? Universities are basically gay hedge funds at this point. Okay, they have massive endowments that they collect tuition and they create these massive endowments, and then they fund a whole bunch of different corporations. And normally, under every single circumstance, what you could do is go to your fucking hedge fund that you're funding and say, hey, I don't want you to invest in like fossil fuels, for example. I think fossil fuels are destroying the planet. And, BlackRock, I believe, calls these like ESG initiatives. They're very popular. Okay. It's a perfectly valid, perfectly reasonable demand to tell your university that you don't want your tuition dollars going directly to funding and facilitating the Israeli apartheid and the Israeli genocide. Now, what does this mean? There's a shit ton of companies that work in very meaningful ways alongside the Israeli government. The purpose of these kinds of protest movements is to basically make that costly, is to apply political pressure. This is actually a very successful method originally developed in the apartheid regime of South Africa, against the apartheid South Africa in the 80s, where boycotts, divestments, and sanctions against the South African government and corporations that work with the South African government was initiated also on college campuses, and it worked. Now, of course, Israel was a big ally to South Africa at the time. They were funding and facilitating their apartheid regime, partially because they also have their very own apartheid regime at the time. And they learned from the mistakes of South Africa and obviously developed much stronger relationships with American corporations and American politicians in general, and did a steady lobbying effort, a steady propaganda effort. And we are living in that future now. We're seeing the outcome of that effort and how successful it's been over the course of the past couple of decades. There's a reason why in a country where we are supposed to have freedom of speech and freedom to express ourselves without scrutiny or fear by the state, without the state actually suppressing our free speech, fundamental American principle enshrined in the Constitution, in 35 states in the United States of America, specifically red states, as a matter of fact, we have anti-BDS laws specifically against criticizing Israel. In a place like Texas, for example, you can't be a public school teacher unless you sign a piece of paper that says that you swear that you will never boycott or advocate to divest or advocate to put sanctions on the state of Israel. Now that sounds fucking insane, but that's unfortunately the reality. Why are these laws in existence? Well, that's because AIPAC, the Israeli lobby that is funded largely by not American Jews, but American Christians, as a matter of fact, evangelical Zionists, writes these kinds of laws. Now, we have no other example of such severe restrictions, and it's not just AIPAC. There's many other there are many other lobbying organizations as well. AIPAC is simply the one that is the most prominent and the one that wrote the anti-BDS legislation. That's why I mentioned AIPAC by name. You actually can't work in any city entity in Texas unless you sign documents saying you will not boycott Israel. Think about that. Think about that. HasanAbi waiting room is at UCLA. That's my goat right there. That's Mr. Waiting Room to you. UCLA on violence, dark chapter.
To decide and announce they will not divest. UCLA and the UC system has said that they will not do that. We have seen other universities, Brown University and Northwestern University, those universities have been able to come to some kind of preliminary agreements with the protesters to cool some of the tensions. We have not seen that happen here. I interviewed one student, though, earlier this week, who said that they're taking a page from past protests, like Vietnam War, South Africa apartheid, and they said in the 80s, students came and asked UC to divest from South Africa apartheid, and they did, and they were successful, and they're taking a page from that.
And to be very clear, the students here, the demonstrators, have been saying that's what we're seeing happen in Gaza. They say that they are seeing apartheid, and that is what has brought them out here to protest.
Exactly. So there are these parallels, and in many ways, we were talking to an expert today who said a lot of students might see themselves as a part of history, like Vietnam War protests, the South Africa apartheid protests, these protests, that's sort of the vein in which they're seeing themselves and modeling themselves here.
And yet all of those protests had violence, right? There was some degree of civil resistance, and there was some degree of violence. Do you think, given what we saw last night at Columbia, how police came out in overwhelming force and were able to make arrests, do you think that we will see violence here tonight, or is there a possibility that somehow everything will work out?
I don't see how there's not some kind of confrontation if they are indeed going to come in and disband. These students say they're going to fight. They're not going to back down. We saw them with helmets on, some of them back there. They're fortifying this area. They are prepared to fight. I do not see how this just ends in any kind of peaceful, easy way.
And do you think that given what we've seen today, what we've seen on social media, there's a chance that people from the outside will come in real quick?
I think it's hard to say.
That's the top of the hour bell ringing for those who are unsubscribed, who will now unfortunately see 3 minutes of ads. That's whom the bell tolls for. That's right. If you don't want to hear that bell and be reminded of the 3-minute ad break, then you need to subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you will get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, it ends peacefully.
Tonight, I'm Gotti Schwartz. Stay with NBC News and NBC News Now for continuing coverage of this developing story. I'm just Pat 1. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Tonight, breaking news, the NYPD called into another New York City university as campuses crack down on student protesters. This video just in, officers in riot gear outside Fordham University next to Manhattan's Lincoln Center. Students have barricaded themselves inside a building there less than 24 hours before a massive police presence at Columbia University about 3 miles away. Armed officers in tactical gear climbing through windows to take back a campus building occupied by pro-Palestinian demonstrators. In Manhattan alone, hundreds of protesters arrested across multiple schools. A student journalist who was at Columbia and documented the chaos as it unfolded joins Top Story Live. Some protests taking a violent turn at UCLA, mass counter-protesters attacking an encampment, setting off fireworks, throwing barricades, and using pepper spray. In southern Florida, police firing tear gas to break up an encampment there. And at the University of Wisconsin, several officers injured after clashing with protesters late today. So is everyone involved students, or are outside actors infiltrating demonstrations? Deadly storms tear across the plains, a monster twister carving a path of destruction, leaving a Kansas town nearly unrecognizable. More than 200 tornadoes reported as a severe weather streak continues. The area in the threat zone tonight. Harvey Weinstein back in a New York courtroom. The disgraced movie mogul leaving a hospital to make his first public appearance since a New York appeals court overturned his rape conviction when prosecutors hope to begin a new trial. Plus, undocumented and now homeless. In Seattle, migrants in limbo after a program that housed them ran out of funding. Now some are camping out. The state of uncertainty as major U.S. cities struggle to keep up with the surge of people seeking asylum. Top Story starts right now. And good evening. As we come on the air tonight, protest over the Israel-Hamas war erupting at even more college campuses. Right now, Fordham University near New York City's iconic Lincoln Center requesting the NYPD's help to break up an encampment inside a campus building. Police in riot gear arresting protesters there. And this all comes less than a day after Columbia University says it was left with no choice but to call in police to take back the historic Hamilton Hall, which was occupied by protesters. And violence breaking out overnight at UCLA. A group of counter-protesters storming an encampment, attacking pro-Palestinian demonstrators, throwing barricades, setting off fireworks, and spraying pepper spray. The school canceling classes for the day, and now the Los Angeles mayor calling for a full investigation. At the University of Southern Florida, police firing off tear gas there against protesters, and dramatic images out of Gaza. People there expressing gratitude for the demonstrations back in the U.S. Though the college semester is coming to an end, these protests seem to be picking up steam. But have they lost the message along the way? We'll speak to one Columbia student who has been covering the situation on his own campus. But first, NBC's Aaron McLaughlin starts off our coverage tonight.
Tonight, police crackdowns continue on college campuses across the country. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, clashes. 4 officers injured and dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters arrested.
We plan to be here until our demands are met, no matter what.
While Jewish students say they also want their voices heard.
But we just wanted to show that we're here and that we're not scared.
At the University of Texas, Dallas, tents taken down. Meanwhile, Columbia University...
Okay, dude.
Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. Palestine forever.
Yeah, the framing is always it's always Jewish students, not Zionist students, as though there aren't fucking Jewish students and rabbis and Jewish teachers that are literally right there in this crowd. The framing of it is always so fucking insidious. It's so lame. Did you hear XQC's take? No. Knowing XQC, it's probably hard to decipher, but it's either one of the best fucking things you've ever heard, super insightful, or the absolute worst. Nothing in between.
We stay together, and we stay here in the steps. We stay together, we stay strong, and we take care of each other. And we stay here in the steps.
The suspicion is that the sweep will begin later. Like they'll probably try to wait till the numbers thin out, offer a false sense of security to the students, and only after that will they turn around and initiate the sweep. It's great because then you get the double on the overtime. You know what I mean? You get more overtime that way. You get the cover of nightfall when it's dark. Harder to see all of the awful shit that you're doing. You get to wait out some of the students who will leave.
These people do not look like. Look at them, dude. Look at these fucking pig. No, fuck you. What gang are you in, bro? What gang you guys in? Show me some tats. What do you got? Banditos? You look like a caveman, actually. You guys cavemen? You guys cavemen or what? Fuck you. No, why would I be nice to fucking deputy gang members? Fuck you. They're not doing anything? Just like last night when the fascist mob fucking brutalized everybody here. I think you should fuck off. Who are you here? Defending a bunch of goons with guns? Real big man here, bro. You can go fuck yourself. Eat shit and choke on it, please. Yo, this kid's a fascist right here in the blue polo.
Oh, it's the fucking... It's the guy.
Dangerous individual. Actually dangerous. I recognize that fucker.
Listen, Brett's a little bit too much of an anarchist for his own good, all right? It's just... He does get in his own way sometimes. He means very well, though.
In the encampment, we're going to be fighting from the outside for those in the encampment. The first person is a student here at UCLA. Me, who's a student for socialism. Please welcome me. Oh, yeah.
Wait, I'm hearing. I just got news that they didn't issue a dispersal.
predictably, understandably, of course, police violence and police presence and Zionist counter-protesters physically assaulting the peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstrations have only led to an increased amount of attention, an increased amount of eyeballs, and way more fucking students showing up. Because of course it would. All you do in this circumstance, when you react like a fucking animal, is galvanize more people to participate. People that are on the edges, you slowly chip away at their lack of interest. You force them to reckon with their actions, with their behavior. You inevitably cause them to take action. Would you consider the police inevitably going in and violently breaking up the pro-Palestine protests and endorsement, albeit indirect, of the violence that happened last night? Do you think it will also give carte blanche to more violent counter-protesters nationwide and show them they can get away with it? Yes. That is what I was saying yesterday. And that is precisely what will happen. And that's precisely what the fucking the college is endorsing. That like random assholes that don't even fucking go there can just come to your college, come to our college campuses, beat the shit out of our students, and we will literally not protect them. And as a matter of fact, we will turn around and cave to their demands that the fucking protests end.
Should we try to get closer?
They were spinning their cares notifications. Yeah, they want.
Yo, who just sent me fucking $250 on PayPal, bro? What?
They look pretty safe to me. Really? They look pretty safe right now. Free speech and whatnot. Yeah, they are safe. Just wait a couple hours, see if they're still so safe. The reality is that they're safe because they're demonstrating. But the moment that cops actually come into the fray, they are no longer safe. The presence of police is never the presence of safety.
So there was no dispersal?
There is. They did the announcement in Voice Hall.
Did you guys see the telegram?
What?
There's a telegram message.
I'm not on Telegram, but they did call for the dispersal.
Okay, hold on. I heard that in there too. I heard that in there too. So I was like,
thank you.
All right, sorry. We back chat. I had to look at some messages real quick. Sorry. Did that just fuck everything up or what? What happens when I do that?
Guys, I think this guy's a Hasan fan. Brother, that's my cameraman, dude. What do you mean? That's Brett. It's Cinemarxism. The fuck do you mean? Any defense in here? Any defense in here? Guys, I'm looking for other sweaty gamers.
If images of police and can tell me where on the campus they are?
He's yellow. He's yellow. That he's not
Just the police on the highway. Oh, interesting. We don't know where they're gonna come from, so, but please move slow. So hopefully I can be on the line and document it for you all.
They wanted to arrest you. They're gonna march into camp. I said, Isaiah.
Is Hasan coming? So essentially, again, I'll recap what's going on right now. There's some confusion going around about the dispersal order. So about 20 to 30 minutes ago, a bunch of people came through the camp and said that they gave a dispersal order. Then about 10 minutes ago, I got a Telegram message from the group Telegram that said there was no dispersal order given. About 2 hours ago, there was a negotiation with the chancellor, vice chancellor, that I think you guys saw on my stream. During that negotiation, he said the camp will be cleared tonight. And then he left. So that is the situation right now. Yeah, he said peace. Yeah, I would love some water. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's kind of pointless.
You can see up here, this is what we've been doing all day. When I've not been live, I've been drilling these boards, both at the front and the back, to protect the encampment. As far as I know, the students have every intention of defending the encampment.
The thing is, for people wondering if does this movement have the capacity to grow as large as BLM? Yes and no. I think that the repercussions for criticizing Israel are far greater than the repercussions for saying you have to stop police brutality against black people. For as calcified as police brutality is, like, even racist people kind of understand that it's like a permissible thing to state. You know what I mean? Whereas for many, many years, I feel like a couple of reasons. One, BLM is a domestic issue, whereas this is a foreign policy issue, and America does not fuck around when it comes to foreign policy issues. Like, when it comes to foreign policy, America's like, yeah, no, my way or the highway, shut the fuck up. Historically, every protest movement, that has criticized America's foreign policy has been met with this level of police violence and suppression. UCLA police just declared on a loudspeaker that the UCLA encampment is unlawful and everyone must leave the area. They say those that do not leave may be subject to arrest. So it was exactly at 6 p.m. Pacific. I thought the pro-Palestinian LA protests were bigger than the BLM was? No.
بنبسط كتير لما نشوف طلاب بأمريكا واقفين معانا وحاسين فينا وجينا نشكركم بطريقتنا البسيطة. بتمنى تستقبلها بحب.
شكرا كولومبيا.
That's wonderful. Have you already reviewed the fireworks footage yet earlier today?
Guessing, but a woman just came up and said that they're going to come through the buildings. They're going to come. Yeah, the doors are barricaded, but I mean, with you know, it's not really going to stop much. But yeah, the word is that the police.
It is pretty crazy to consider that, like, our tax dollars, our tuition goes to companies that literally fucking build bombs that kill those children, that kill those children's parents, that blow up those kids' schools. And even in the midst of all of that, like, even in the midst of all that death and destruction and violence that is every moment in their lives, they're like, they see it. Surely UCLA won't advocate the arrest of their own students sitting out on the lawn. My friend, you are about to have a rude awakening. I like that Neek skit over the course of the past, like, 3 or 4 months, went from like a reactionary liberal to slowly but surely starting to completely understand what the fuck this is about. Like, he used to always, every step of the way in the chat, consistently dog me nonstop and just be like, yeah, no, I mean, don't you think that this is wrong? Don't you think that protesting this issue is something that, like, why do we care about it? Blah, blah, blah. And he has certainly been very resistant along the way. I feel like Neek skit 4 months ago would have said something along the lines of, like, why are these students actually protesting if they know they're going to get beat up? Don't you think it's stupid? And now he's at least like going, surely the school won't be on board with brutalizing these fucking students, their own students, by an outside militant police force for the crime of protesting against the genocide, surely. I was banned on a different account for protecting Israel during the Al-Aqsa raid. What do you mean protecting Israel? What the fuck is this? Breaking. Protests believe police stormed the UCLA encampment imminent. Here's the plan for the protesters have cooked up on Telegram. I'm unfamiliar with colored zones. They didn't exist when I was in the camp. I assume they were formed last night. Does UCLA LAPD headquarters know? Hi, all. We expect the police response. Fucking Captain Israel. Hi, all. We expect the police response by 6 p.m. or shortly after. All intel is pointing towards a sweep, but there's no need for panic, just reasonable caution. We are no longer differentiating between pink and red. Individuals previously in the pink zone will now be assuming the same risk as those currently in yellow. Due to the present circumstances, our zones of risk have shifted and are as follows. No, this is fine. This is on camera too, chatters. It's okay. No, the protest. These are. Guys, it's not a leak, okay? Well, this guy thinks he's fucking leaking it because he's an idiot. But this is literally organizing, okay? Red means you are willing and able to be arrested so you can stand in the fucking front lines when police come cracking skulls. Okay? Pink is supposed to be low risk, which means that you can still be put in harm's way. But overall, you're not, overall, you're not as big as as big as a risk. Why are white people on the outside barrier first line? Think about it. Think about it. This kind of ties back to the police brutality conversation that we were just having about. Think about it. How does police brutality work? When they see, rich white kids, seemingly, they are supposed to be a little bit more reluctant to start cracking heads as opposed to seeing fucking brown kids in hijabs and shit. The white people in the front is shit-lib bullshit. Man, shut the fuck up. No, it's not. It's perfectly reasonable. They're trying to minimize police brutality. If you put mostly black kids and mostly kids with fucking hijabs and shit in the front lines of that protest movement, police are going to be way more readily... police are still going to crack skulls. Make no mistake. Yeah, it's the same principle for why Doctors Without Borders exists. Chatter's being like, well, that's racist. Why do you think organizations like Doctors Without Borders exist? Why do you think Western media lost their fucking minds when Israel killed not 200 aid workers, but 7 white aid workers from the Western world? Yeah, it's so crazy to notice things like white supremacy, and then your immediate reaction to that notice, your immediate reaction to noticing white supremacy is to go, the real racists are the ones who noticed white supremacy and are trying to use it to the best of their advantage in these horrifying circumstances. Chatters be like, I can't believe white students were placed at the forefront of civil rights movement student demonstrations and not the black students. That's crazy. Why the fuck did they do that? I see no color. The real racism is not the police force that's very ready to just crack skulls. Yeah, police will do this meme in real time. All right. Let's watch what Chris Hayes had to say about these student
1969,
protests.
group of students at Morehouse College, historically black college in Atlanta, were frustrated by what they said was the school's slow progress on civil rights. And they'd protested, they'd been rebuffed. So they locked the college trustees in their office for 2 days and essentially held them hostage. Now, one of the trustees was Martin Luther King Sr., father of the recently slain civil rights leader. He began having chest pains, and one of the students later said, "We let him out of there so he wouldn't be accused of murder." That student and his classmates eventually gave up under a promise of amnesty from the college.
Yep.
The college reneged, and he was expelled. It would be years before he was rehabilitated, decades before he became known the world over as actor Samuel L. Jackson. Now, I tell this story for 2 reasons. One, to remind us that college activism has long been a part of college education. The other reason, though, is to get a sense of proportion.
Pretty sure they had guns, too, by the way, at Morehouse. Just saying, like straight up.
Which seems lacking today. As we watch the disturbing imagery emerge from campuses at Columbia, UCLA, University of Texas, University of South Florida, so many others, where cops, or in some cases mobs, took down pro-Palestinian student encampments and protests, as well as professors and journalists and just random bystanders. The cumulative effect of all this coverage, along with some unverified assertions from police and politicians, has been to drive home the idea that student protests are a basically a terrorist level threat, that they had to be neutralized by battalions of cops armed like soldiers with MRAPs and sonic cannons. The reason this seems to me a reaction that's out of proportion to the protests themselves. It seems especially true when you look at some other campuses like Brown University, where administrators negotiated with student protesters who took down their encampment, and Wesleyan University, whose president said the protesting there was nonviolent and non-disruptive, adding, as long as it continues in this way, the university will not attempt to clear the encampment. Now, these universities, crucially, have reiterated their important existing rules against anti-Semitic invective and harassment, certainly, while also protecting assembly, which seems sensible, also out of step with what you're seeing elsewhere. Because ever since October 7th, when Hamas committed its atrocities in Israel, there has been this obsessive media focus on college campuses. And that's true partly because there are genuine issues worth debating, including the degree to which universities are creating spaces that are hostile to pro-Israel Jewish students, where they feel under threat, or universities, the degree to which they're suppressing pro-Palestinian speech. And those issues really do matter. But the way that so many prominent voices have focused so exclusively on colleges feels honestly a bit decadent to me. Like we're doing a paper doll version of the conflict, because the actual reality of what's happening in Gaza is so horrific, unceasing, and high stakes. It's more enjoyable to argue about what college kids are doing than to confront.
This is a banger. An actual banger. It's not an enlightened centrist take at all. No, he's right. He's so right, chat. Are you kidding me? This is what the students want as far as media coverage goes.
The human misery and destruction that's happening in the actual conflict. That is, of course, the source of these protests.
This is famous HasanAbi head Chris Hayes on a show on MSNBC, All In with Chris Hayes, doing a monologue.
What seems most worth debating isn't campus speech, but whether the U.S. government should continue to fund and support an Israeli war in Gaza that has pushed more than 1 million people to the brink of famine, a war that has damaged half of the buildings in Gaza, a war that has failed to bring home most of the hostages held by Hamas, that has in fact led to the death of some of those hostages, as well as the deaths of an estimated 34,000 Palestinians, including roughly 10,000 women and 13,000 children. Is that ongoing effort morally defensible? Is it strategically wise? Are we as a nation doing the right or wrong thing and continuing to support it? Now, whenever that becomes a question, it almost becomes reflexive to challenge the questioner. And I can't help but think of the protests that marked the lead up to the Iraq War, which were both widely attended and widely attacked. And many, many prominent war supporters, including one-time student protester Christopher Hitchens, blasted those demonstrations. And he pointed to the fact that some of the people organizing the protests held genuinely odious and fringe views.
Isn't that funny that people the Vietnam War protesters of the past, like that one chatter's mom, then turn around and shit on the next generation doing the exact same fucking thing, standing up to unjustifiable atrocities worldwide that we commit? It's so funny. I mean, Christopher Hitchens is also a psychopathic Islamophobe, so I think that's where it is.
For instance, the view that North Korea is a worker's paradise and a great place. That's a horrible view. There were protest organizers with bad views, lots of them. There were people at the protest with terrible views. There were people who thought 9/11 was an inside job. I would argue with them myself at protests. Did that have anything to do at all with whether the war in Iraq was moral and prudent? No. The war in Iraq demonstrably was neither. On that, the protesters were right.
I may hit the demonstrably.
Which brings us back to Columbia University, where 56 years ago...
Yeah. Nadler said, I was a student at Columbia in 68 when students occupied Hamilton Hall. My classmates who were draft age and deeply concerned about Vietnam had a real and personal stake in the protest. And even then, I felt the occupation of campus buildings was wrong because it violated the civil liberties of students and faculty who wanted to attend classes or take exams. Thanks, Representative Nadler, for coming out with this bold and brave take.
Almost to the day, student protesters took over the same building, Hamilton Hall, that was occupied earlier this week. They too were forcibly removed and arrested. Many were bloodied and beaten for protesting, among other things, the university's involvement in the Vietnam War. They believed the war was a moral catastrophe and the U.S. should stop waging it. They were right. And the fact that there were absolutely genuine extremists among those protesters in '68, again, had no bearing on whether they were right or not about that. What I find particularly maddening about our focus on the protesters of the conflict is that it's an evasion. It avoids the difficult task of being universally empathetic to our fellow human beings and truly reckoning with the scale of devastation that is wrought by our country in our names, with our support. In the aftermath of 9/11, we waged a global war on terror for 2 decades that killed an estimated 430,000 people, many of them children, women, elderly, innocents. In Vietnam, we are estimated to have killed more than 1 million people, huge swaths of them civilians, women, children, male non-combatants, old people, and the like. Can you even make sense of those numbers? I can't. No one can. It's hard to think of them, to contend with them as actual real human beings who lived lives before he took them, who are people like you or I, who were loved by the people in their lives. It is much easier to get angry at the spoiled brats on college campuses. Why are they being so disruptive? What are they so upset about? If you feel that way, which I can understand, honestly, I felt irritation and anger at protesters many times in my life, even ones I was ostensibly on the same side as, broadly speaking. If you feel that way, just try recasting the question. Why are all these people so upset that we're helping a government wage a brutal war that's killed 13,000 children? The question kind of answers itself. To take seriously the scale of human suffering that's happening in Gaza doesn't mean you must come down the side of the protesters, certainly. There are many people who think the war is a brutal but necessary campaign for Israel's defense.
Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, and those people are heartless monsters, and they're wrong. They're deluded sociopaths. They're deluded sociopaths fueled with Islamophobia and might is right politics, thinking that they will never be on the receiving end of such atrocities because of the seemingly endless support that they have received, the arrogance that is calcified in their fucking hearts.
What it does necessitate is that you weigh all the human suffering against the actual end game of the conflict that is currently being waged and is unarticulated as of now. A conflict the U.S. continues to support.
I guess he has to say that to keep his job, you know what I mean?
Our humanity demands we focus on those questions first and last.
Chris Hayes really a HasanAbi head? Yes. Yesterday, one of my coworkers actually complained to me about the same thing. 2 of the students in his class were arrested and was not able to attend the final exams. He said it messed up his schedule of giving exams. He expressed his frustration on his students, and I told him that he should instead be angry at the police and university. Yeah, it's funny to think that, these children are spoiled brats. And it's like, bro, they're literally putting their life on hold. That is why the argument makes no fucking sense. Oh, they're such spoiled brats. That's why they're risking getting arrested. Northwestern University, like Brown and several other elite schools, ended their encampment protest by agreeing to an extremely milquetoast set of policies. In response, the ADL Stand With Us and the Brandeis Center have demanded that Northwestern's president resign, along with a particularly unhinged statement. For the last 7 months, Jewish Northwestern students have been harassed and intimidated by blatant anti-Semitism on campus, worsening since October 7. Yesterday, President Schill signed an agreement with the perpetrators of that harassment and intimidation, rewarding them for their hate. For days, protesters openly mocked and violated Northwestern's code of conduct and policies by erecting an encampment in which they fanned the flames of anti-Semitism and wreaked havoc on an entire community. Their goal was not to find peace, but to make Jewish students feel unsafe on campus. President Schill gave them a seat at the table and normalized their hatred against Jewish students. It is clear from President Schill's actions that he is unfit to lead Northwestern and must resign. President Schill capitulated to the hatred and bigotry and empowered and emboldened those who have used intimidation, harassment, and violence to achieve their ends. It's just like the constant fucking arrogance and babying, dude. It's literally, it's like, wham. If you don't let me do a genocide, then guess what? I'm going to be really angry. Okay? If you don't let me do a genocide, then actually you must hate Jewish people. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about Schill, but I'm pretty sure the president of Brown University is literally, is also Jewish. But, and plenty of the fucking students on the anti-Zionist side that are making these demands are Jewish. In both Northwestern and also Brown. But of course, doesn't matter. Schill is also Jewish? Yeah. There you go. It's just so crazy, dude. And they're like, I can't believe you're capitulating to these Jew-hating terrorists, these Arab dogs. Please. There's movements at the crowd at UCLA.
So, people are fucking showing up. If you can, come. If you can come, get here. It's important, even if you can't get in, it's really, really important that you're here. And
Omer Bartov, prominent Israeli scholar, defended the protesters and commended the university for buckling.
You're gonna feel comfortable to do the animalistic, horrifying, brutalizing things that they are so fucking, you know, so fucking used to doing. It takes all of us to keep us safe, okay?
From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Please disable that cat emote. Why? It's cat time,
Who the fuck
dude.
ask Hasan yourself, bro? He's live right now, right?
Hasan won't let me out of the house. He's memeing, Brett. You fucking crusty ass anarchist.
So again, we are walking from the Tongva is what it was called inside the camp, but the back entrance near the fountain where the stairs are. We're walking to the front entrance where the Zionist LED screen is still blasting IOF propaganda continually. Hey man, do you mind showing me your sign? Beautiful, bro. Thank you so much.
Can you explain from the river to the sea? I've only been able to see that take. That means death to all Israel? No, brother. Currently, from the river to the sea, the Israeli state keeps Palestinians in a stranglehold. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free means that the 5 million Palestinians that are currently existing under Israeli occupation, both in the West Bank, under occupied Israeli territory, and in Gaza, under the thumb of the Israeli ethnic cleansing campaign, these Palestinians demand emancipation, deserve emancipation, and that's simply what that means. Bro, fuck all of you. That's why I asked. I couldn't find anything. No, I'm answering your question. Don't listen to the fucking chatters. A lot of people do cynically always say it's anti-Semitic and it means kill all Jews or whatever. What I don't get is half a world away supposed to accomplish anything. Awareness isn't going to cut it. Well, you're wrong. Palestinians seem to not agree with you. Palestinians in Gaza seem to not agree with you. And not only that, but they also do have clear-cut demands. Demands like divestment. UCLA has a shit ton of money in endowments that they invest in companies that fund and facilitate Israel's apartheid, its surveillance technology, and student protesters are demanding divestment from that because they do not want their tuition dollars to go to this genocidal regime. This is a perfectly valid form of protest. People demand divestment, and actually it goes swimmingly well against initiatives like divesting, getting your hedge fund or your mutual fund to divest from fossil fuel, for example, is a big demand that renewable energy advocates make, and they've been relatively successful.
Eric Adams on screen right now. Are you letting new press in or just that one? Just the ones that are in already? I have a press tag with you. They're not letting press in?
That was the only one that is allowed.
Green is good, right? This is
They gave us an order right now. That was the only one allowed.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, sorry about that.
Suppression of press, check.
Bro, it seems like
Palestine will live forever. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. These aren't the cops that are going to do the sweep. Looks like I just missed being able to get in there saying I was pressed. They just enforced that rule. Oh my God, they're putting videos of Brett Gelman and shit on the TV.
that's just the protest.
Palestine will be free.
Oh shit, I was muted. Okay. What if we loosen aid to Israel and military funding and then Israel gets attacked? What then? First of all, Israel's a very powerful nation. Okay. Israel would not be able to do all of the violent things that it wants to do and it's been doing to all of the countries in the region without our fucking political cover and without our unlimited funds. Okay. And assistance. That's number one. Number two, how are there so many genocidal volunteers? The idea that these volunteers, these like students who are protesting Israel's genocide because they find it to be unconscionable, they are the actual genocidal ones is very funny. To me at least. And to many others. I'm sure to all of those people there as well. Looking at a fucking peace rally and going, man, these peace rally, no love, the security. What? The genocidal security yellow jackets? Oh, I misunderstood what he was saying. I don't think those guys are genocidal either. To be fair. I think the images like this one are important to show because you will see the aftermath of such things. You will see the aftermath when cops do roll in. Notice the fucking vibes are perfectly fine and perfectly chill and perfectly mellow. These children are not doing, these kids, these adults, these peaceful protesters are not doing anything bad. Contrary to what the media tries to get you to think about them, calling them Jew haters, rabid anti-Semites, blah, blah, blah. They're just regular old people, just like you and me. They have a very obvious stated goal, which is, of course, the end to the university's participation in Israel's apartheid and genocide. This is a direct free expression moment, certified banger of a freedom of speech moment here, brought to you by the U.S. Constitution. Now watch what the American state, watch how the American state reacts to this, okay? Can we talk about the anti-Semitism bill? We did already, man. We did. What do you want me to do? Cover it again? I already did.
So hot. Palestine will live forever.
So what excuse is the LASD using to arrest them? Pretty simple. It's the same excuse that they use. The excuse that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department will be using to arrest these peaceful protesters is the excuse that they have used time and time again, which is that these guys are unlawfully trespassing in an area and protesting an area that has been deemed unlawful, and they have to be dispersed. The LAPD has just told the UCLA medic tent that they will sweep the camp sometime between tonight at 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. Think about what it means that the medic tent had to be told in advance. So I guess they're gonna, yeah, I was right. They're gonna fucking wait it out. 50 plus cop cars, LAPD and Highway Patrol have been spotted en route to UCLA. 10 plus jail buses have already been spotted on campus. This is what they did at CUNY last night, priming CUNY to expect a Wednesday morning attack and then going in Wednesday instead. They get to what? In response to a Fox News question about campus protests, the White House spokeswoman said that the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and Department of Education will be involved. This means the Biden administration may be pursuing federal charges against student protesters. I'm gonna literally start campaigning against Joe Biden, I think. Like, not just, like, I'm going to start actively discouraging people to not vote for Joe Biden. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to say vote for Donald Trump, but if that is true, if a single federal investigation is launched against a single fucking student, it's like, what am I supposed to do? You just don't want you don't want this vote. You've made it very loud and very clear. I mean, no matter what I have, no matter what I say, doesn't matter. I'm only one person. I'm a marginal. This is a marginal community in the grand scheme of things. Ain't nobody is better at ensuring that nobody votes for them than Joe Biden and the Democratic Party at this point.
Free Palestine. Divest! We will not stop. We will not rest. It's closed. Divest!
We need to shift the framing of.
Oh yeah, this is old. We watched this.
We will not rest. It's closed. Divest! We will not stop. We will not rest. It's closed.
HasanAbi, they're cushy college students. They will probably think differently next year. Why? Why is that the overall sentiment here? Always. Is it because you're just a cynical person? Is that what it is? I don't understand how you can watch student protesters face like actual active police presence, right? Like insane staging happening right before their eyes and standing steadfast against that fascist oppression and go, you know, these guys who are getting their fucking, who are gearing up to have their heads crushed, their skulls cracked. You know what I think about those guys? Well, they're fucking stupid. They're stupid little students. And they mustn't believe any of the things that they're advocating for right here. Perhaps that is the reason why it's what is it? Because they might get a job. It's the funding, not for their own, not for their town, not for their states. That's why, because they might get a good job. It's the funding. They will think differently next year, homie. Sure, brother. Or perhaps maybe you have sucked the man's dick so much that it lodged directly into your fucking spine. And now you think everyone is just as cynical as you are. You know what I mean? There will always be naysayers at every step of the way. Remember, if you think these takes are new, let me tell you, they're not. Okay? People said this about the apartheid protesters in the 80s. People said this about the Vietnam War protesters in the 60s. That's it. And now we look back at those movements fondly and misremember our positions at the time. If we're old enough, or fantasize about how we would be based and on the side of the student protesters because we have the benefit of fucking hindsight. Well, a very similar predicament is unfolding right before your eyes. You don't have to imagine where you would be, what side you'd be on when unimaginable atrocities are being committed with our dollars, with our weapons.
Had to bring
it's happening right now, and your stance is just that.
Some pond in Asia,
yelling at the people who actually are trying to do something about it.
Collect trash as well, papers and whatnot if they're in there.
You know,
this is a miracle of engineering right here. I love this. It's on brand. 5 out of 5.
Meanwhile, you can't even do nothing about the top of the hour ad break.
Attention to this, very on brand for me.
That's coming for you regardless.
In some pond in Asia,
unless you subscribe for $5 or for free.
I'm sure to collect trash as well. This is a miracle of engineering right here. I love this. It's on brand. 5 out of 5. This is awesome. Had to bring y'all's attention to this, very on brand for me. It's a floating trash can in some pond in Asia, and it bobs up and down and kind of lets the ponds come out. I'm sure to collect trash as well, papers and whatnot if they're in there. This is a miracle of engineering right here. I love this. It's on brand. 5 out of 5. This is awesome. Had to bring y'all's attention to this, very on brand for me. It's a floating trash can in some pond in Asia, and it bobs
There's
up
a thermite outbreak now. Thank you, Comfort Devil, for the 5 gifted subs.
This is a miracle of engineering right here. I love this. It's on brand. 5 out of 5. This is awesome. Had to bring y'all's attention to this, very on brand for me. It's a floating trash can in some pond in Asia, and it bobs up and down and kind of lets the ponds come out. I'm sure to collect trash as well, papers and whatnot if they're in there. This is a miracle of engineering right here. I love this. It's on brand. 5 out of 5. This is awesome. Had to bring y'all's attention to this, very on brand for me. It's a floating trash can in some pond in Asia, bobs up and down and kind of lets the ponds come out.
P for Tots, thank you for the 5 gifted. Yeah, in the words of Aaron Bushnell, what would I do if I was alive during slavery or the Jim Crow South or apartheid? What would I do if my country was committing genocide? The answer is you're doing it right now. Those were some of the final words of Aaron Bushnell. It's true. Students at Waseda University in Japan are calling for a free Palestine.
自由のため行動してください。声を上げてください。Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
That's awesome.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free.
What we're seeing on campuses with regards to anti-Semitism is equivalent to what Jews faced in the 1930s, said Dana Fash. I want to say thank you for your relentless coverage. You literally turned my mind on how all this shit is unfolding. At the bare minimum, it's good to be educated on the right side of history. Yes. That's why I do what I do. Only 2 non-students arrested at Columbia. Eric Adams asked live on MSNBC about how many non-students were arrested at Columbia. Adams gives...
Can you tell us who they were, or at least how many of them there are?
Well, first, I always suspected that something was happening, and I'm happy that the confirmation of my suspicion turned out to be accurate when our intelligence division...
Wait, what do you mean the confirmation of... You're happy that there's like outside elements? He's like, yeah, I thought there were terrorists around, and I'm happy that I was right. That there are terrorists, which there aren't, by the way, but still.
Briefed me on 2 particular individuals. One of them, husband, was arrested for terrorism as well. Some of the paraphernalia and pamphlets that we saw.
Oh. You saw scary pamphlets that you think are terrorism pamphlets. And a lady who's a 68-year-old woman who's the mother of a fucking NPR journalist, by the way. The mother of an NPR journalist. Wow. She wasn't even arrested, by the way. She was just there 4 days prior and visited the encampment for fucking 20 minutes. The mother of an NPR journalist. This is just Islamophobia. That's all this is, bro. It's just, she's the wife of a terrorist. It's so crazy, dude. Yeah, they saw a piece of paper, and on it said "Free Palestine," and I got scared.
Individuals we saw who were not CUNY students were there training individuals. We saw the escalation of the tactics.
None of this is real.
That were being used. And so it has been reported on some of the individuals that just stated. I choose not to give notoriety to people who participate in activities like that, but it has been.
He's not. He won't tell you. He won't tell you who the people he arrested are that are actually training these students because he doesn't want to give them notoriety. Listen, ma'am, I would tell you, but honestly, my dog ate my homework, okay? Excuse me, my dog ate my homework is a very real problem. A lot of people think that dogs are out here not eating homework, okay? But they are. And they're saying it's yummy and delicious. Yeah, he said no free clout. He's a real gatekeeper. I respect it. Yeah, no, I do have a girlfriend in my polycule. She just doesn't go here. She lives in Canada. Okay? You don't get it. There's terrorists everywhere in every corner. That's awesome. Thank you, Mayor Eric Adams.
Online, the police department has reported, and I'm sure if you reach out to the intelligence division, they'll give you based on the information we want to release. And this is extremely active, continue to evolve, and we want to continue to do the thorough investigations that we have been doing.
Yeah, as a designated diehard Eric Adams hater, I will one day be a waiter at his table of success. And many of you will also join me waiting his table of success as you are also haters of his.
This is just one of the agencies involved here. As we've talked about throughout the day, there was a lot of criticism about the response last night, but it's an interesting situation.
My roommate heard your stream and started shitting on you IRL. He's a diehard D fan. Why are you roommates with a dude who enjoys the content of a guy who fucking debates the ethics of CP and lowering the age of consent, who says stuff like 15-year-old girls are hot and also loves saying the N-word and has written a fucking manifesto about how he should be able to say it actually in private and that everyone that told him that he shouldn't is actually the evil ones. That's crazy to me. I hope that triggered your fucking stupid ass roommate, by the way. Your stupid ass roommate who probably thinks, oh yeah, if Israel dropped a nuke on Gaza, it still wouldn't constitute a genocide.
Protesters right now, they tell me that they aren't going anywhere. They want to form a bit of a barricade.
Yeah. Roommate with particular set of interests like demanding that white supremacists mow down motherfucking Black Lives Matter protesters because it might actually fuck up Joe Biden's re-election chances. I love the guy who just immediately chirped and said, you don't debate anybody except for 16-year-old Israelis. Literally fucking 4 days after I was on TV debating this very same issue, which of course Also, I think they're probably showing fucking October 7 footage, so I'm going to move away. Because the media is showing that. Very cool, though. I did debate a 40-year-old woman who also was 22 in real life, but looked like she was 40. Anyway, I hope your roommate is enjoying the content of debating my ex-wife on custody. In parentheses. I won. I owned her.
And really fortifying sort of their defenses over there. We actually physically saw and heard them drilling into the plywood, apparently trying to make it harder for someone to get in. We saw them putting zip ties around the barricades. And so all of the focus so much has been on that encampment. But however, in the last 30 minutes or so, a massive group has circled the campus and has come around. And that's the sound that you see here. That is this big group. This is a group that is not part of the encampment, but they are pro-Palestinian protesters, demonstrators, and they have very much made their presence heard. They've been rallying. Now, there were some tense moments because at one point when they walked over to this area, there were some pro-Israel demonstrators because this was as close as the pro-Israel demonstrators had been able to get to everything that was going on campus. However, those pro-Israel demonstrators did clear out, and right now we've got hundreds, if not upwards of 1,000 pro-Palestinian demonstrators. The other thing to really keep an eye on here is so much of the barricades and the fortification had focused on the encampment, and that's where you see the police inside. It's unclear how many police are outside of there. When we saw people setting up before, we saw all of the law enforcement presence really concentrated in this area. That is back by the parking, that's back where the live trucks are parked, and we did not see a whole lot of police officers focusing on that area. So in terms of what security looks like out there with that group, that's a little bit uncertain right now. And were there to be any counter protesters, were anyone else to move in, we could potentially have a pretty big problem. So something we definitely want to continue to keep an eye on. We've got the camp on one side, we've got the protesters, more protesters on the other, and police and journalists right in the middle. Colleen?
All right, Karma, thank you. As we continue to focus on what's happening at UCLA, and remember, we're doing so because...
Of course they fucking care about October 7 as only propaganda and not about the actual atrocities that occurred. They don't care about human lives. They just care about continuing Israel's mission of ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, Carolyn and Colleen, the situation and charges that the USC demonstrators may face is slightly different from other protests arrests that we've seen before. And that's because, unlike demonstrations on public property that are declared unlawful assemblies, it appears many of those arrested at USC last week were USC students who had permission to be on campus. Also, they were placed under citizen's arrest by the school. We looked at the 93 people booked last week. A quick sorting of their ages showed many dozens of them were what you'd expect to find on a college campus, early 20s to early 30s. USC officials today put the number of students at 51 out of the 93. Some of them are from out of state, but again, that would be expected on any campus. And so far, little information about these other 42. Were they activists or organizers, faculty members? All of the arrests now appear in the LA County court system. That shows that most of them have been ordered to appear for an arraignment the week of May 14th. These cases will all be misdemeanors. That means the LA City Attorney's Office, rather than the County District Attorney, would potentially prosecute them. The City Attorney's Office is reviewing these arrests, but would not say today if a decision had been made about whether or not it would follow through with those cases, meaning file the charges in court. Back down to you.
All right, Eric, thank you for that. Now, these protests are happening, as we've shown you, not only in LA, but all across the country.
Yeah, there are calls for leadership on the national, state, and local level to do more. Our Conan Nolan joins us now with that part of the story. Conan.
That's right. Keep in mind, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, it was a week ago today that he made the only statement on camera about what is taking place on college campuses. And that was from a question in a news conference that was relating to solar power. The governor, I should say, has issued statements through his X account and through the governor's press office, but he has not gone on camera to say anything about what is happening. This is a problem for the governor as well as the other
sweep the encampment.
Officers,
no way. They're just holding a perimeter
of the California
over there.
Assembly, who's
probably staging over at the federal building. That's kind of that big parking lot back there. I've been over here for UCLA when they had like riots.
I think that's Film the Police, by the way, for those of you wondering.
Okay.
Like 3 years ago. Maybe it was, yeah, I think it was like a Final Four. And they lost and it was chaos. There was like couches burning in the street. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And so they staged over there. And I
won, right. Undeniably. Undeniably.
Why is this not in sync?
They'll be thinking about that. It's going to change. So I'm really proud of it.
It's a victory, but I think it also probably comes with a lot of trauma that,
man,
being involved in that, like, bro.
Can you imagine being right behind?
Right.
Knowing at any minute they could breach it.
And just like, what?
Well, if they got back there, what happens then?
Right.
We all know
it would have been,
You guys know what's on inside?
What's going on inside?
You guys know what's on inside?
Do I know anybody inside?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The pinned tweet on this account bowled me over. Between this and the guys that brought poison mice to UCLA, it's been a banner week for Zionists behaving like they were conceived in the mind of a Polish person. Unreported Story Society, new mob justice and Harvey Weinstein's innocence. We're coming to you live from New York City, where our play October 7 is opening for previews. Find out more October 7th, the play. On today's show, we discuss why conservatives should care about Harvey Weinstein's innocence. Then, Bev Jackson from the LGB Alliance joins us to break down the gender identity madness. Bro, I'm telling you, like, it's funny because, like, Nazis have identical opinions to these guys for the most part. Except for the fact that, like, these guys are Jewish and Nazis hate Jews. So this is like a very interesting moment for a lot of fascists who just literally look to all of this and be like, oh, this is so phenomenal to do like anti-Semitic propaganda off of. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. Bro, not saying that old lady is against that either. Yeah, the LGB Alliance is like anti-trans bullshit. Are we gaming tonight? No.
Say that they were trying to stay peaceful this entire time. Well, now they know that tone is changing because they know that there is that dispersal order. They know that people are they're going to try and remove them. They have again said they have no plans on leaving until their demands are met, which includes, pulling out of the war, to stop supporting
His son wasn't
Israel.
killed by the police. He got caught in a drive-by. Oh shit!
Going on.
My bad.
In Gaza, they want an immediate ceasefire, and they said, we did ask. A lot of reporters were on the ground. We said, what are you going to do if your demands are not met? And they said, we have no plans on leaving. We will stay here. They did also prepare. There were also allied groups here that brought in helmets. They have protective gear. So they know that tonight it could potentially turn into what they saw last night. They are hoping that it won't. But at this time, we're going to stay sort of a safe distance away right now. These are the pro-Palestinian protesters. There are a lot of them gathered up there, and this is we're hearing.
I wish you wouldn't put Walking Dead in the title and just totally flake. Bitch, how am I supposed to know that the fucking Gestapo is going to swarm the UCLA encampment? Jesus Christ, dude.
Had a news chart before. Ileana, is this the indication or the evidence that law enforcement will move in? What are we seeing here?
What we're seeing is a lot of preparation, Colleen, and where it's all taking place is the parking lot of the federal courthouse off of Wilshire and the 405 freeway. What I'm seeing here is 5 sheriff's inmate buses at the ready should any arrest take place at the campus of UCLA. Now, I'm going to widen out the shot because this is a huge command post, and earlier we heard that the California Highway Patrol is going to be taking the lead on this one, and we didn't see a lot of officers on the campus because this is where they're at. Look at all of the dozens of officers that are here at the ready. Again, this is in the parking lot just to the south of the federal courthouse here in West LA.
Liana, thank you for that. That's along Wilshire. We're going to, of course, continue to monitor this, and we'll be right back.
It is, dude, listen. You have to notice something here. I don't see a lot of counter protesters smoke tonight. That's how you know the police are fucking moving in. Because the counter protester Zionists don't have to be there when the police will do their job for them. You know what I mean? Wait, what just happened?
Oops, sorry. I was trying to scroll up to look at that and it exited the app.
Why do all these agitators show up in crews like this?
They're in the parking lot south of the federal courthouse. Yep, that's exactly where William was saying they would be. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I might go home and cover this from home. Just because I feel like outside of the encampment, I'm not gonna be getting that much info. Well, I don't know. I guess we are getting good stuff now. It's fine. Yo, shout out Jonah. Whoa, Jonah. Fucking any Jonah voters in the chat? Pog. Any Jonah voters? Hello. Shout out if you're a Jonah head.
Yeah, the UCLA Health has a disaster team that's been briefed by the LAPD.
I'm coming.
UCLA Health has a disaster team that's been briefed by the Los Angeles Police Department. Per this disaster team, they were told by LAPD that the sweep will happen between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. Last night was just like the intro. The police and the counter protesters in to kick it off. Now the police said we can take it from here. Yeah. In front of Hind Hall right now. Wait, no way. No, this is CCNY campus. I doubt that this is in front of Hind Hall. Have peaceful protests had an impact on this issue historically? Yes. Will I be covering it? Not if it's at 1 a.m. No. I most likely will not be live. Wasn't that the vice chancellor saying earlier that they weren't going to do a sweep? What's the justification for the sweep? Nuisance. What do you mean what's the justification for the sweep? Hello, guys. Understand. In America, okay, here, let me Let me be Yummy Park for a second, except be truthful. In America, if you don't say you love Israel and you think it's awesome that they're killing Palestinian children by the thousands, we will beat your ass and we will arrest you until you change your fucking mind. Okay? Do you understand? In America, we beat your fucking ass if you don't say you love Israel. In the United States, if you criticize Israel, the state police arrest you. She can park you on me. I don't even know what that means. The vice chancellor said they wouldn't do a sweep and then later said you'll all have a chance to leave before they come in and sweep. Just real freakish shit. Yeah. He literally said you'll all have a chance to leave before they sweep and then said peace. Did the fucking meme where you go peace and then you perish? That's basically what the vice chancellor did. He went over there, tried to do a fucking sit-in debate with the students, and then was like, bye.
I'm Brett. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Brett.
You're a camera guy?
I am not. Local media as well.
Another reporter?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Well, this is John.
John, hi, I'm Brett. Nice to meet you. Sure. I'm live, by the way, so.
Hello, live people.
Do you guys mind?
Hello, world.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, world. Welcome, everyone.
Just a cool 1,000 people in here right now.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa. Hey, 1,000 people. I wrote a song for you.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. We shall not be.
You want to check the front out there?
What the fuck?
Anything happening in the front?
Wait, what are you asking?
Is anything happening in the front?
Yeah, so there's a ton of people, like as many as here,
10
maybe
minutes.
more.
Supposedly a truck rolled up.
Fuck!
Full of counter protests.
Is that what it was? Full of them.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't tell what happened. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they will wait.
All right, give us.
All right, well, there's something going on here. Hold on.
God damn
It looks like people are already maybe.
My free speech is being suppressed here at the
Something's
Cinemarxism
happening.
chat.
Something is happening. I think it's a counter protester. Psycho counter protester coming into a massive hostile crowd trying to agitate. We actually had this earlier, and someone who isn't me participated in the removal of the person. It was actually incredibly beautiful. A person tried to jump over the barricade. They successfully jumped over the barricade, as a matter of fact, in the back here. And they were immediately surrounded, non-violent, totally non-violently. We're immediately surrounded. And we just all 1, 2, 3 steps. And we stepped and we moved them all the way to the fucking exit and we removed him. Without putting our hands on him. It was totally non-violent and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I think we missed this. I think whatever happened, whatever was happening here is over.
Wow.
Hasan is mad about my follower limit. Brother, Andy No just fucking shouted me out on Twitter yesterday. The follower limit is necessary right now. Free free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Look at all these scary terrorists, dude. Mid-ass chatter for real? Yeah, I know.
This is what's keeping the encampment safe right now, by the way.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever!
Chat, you have to remember, this is beyond the encampment. The encampment is on top of these stairs. These students have all surrounded entry points into the encampment in an attempt to body block the cops. In an attempt to stop the cops from entering the encampment. So the encampment is already slammed on top of that. Riot gear is moving out. Uh-oh. LAPD is mobilizing. The protesters are following, trying to stop their path. At the time I posted this, they now have their riot helmets on. Bro, how can you be a fucking cop, get paid like 200 grand a year, and just like not recognize that you're being a real piece of shit right now? You know what I mean?
Let's see if we can go meet Frogan.
It's wild to me that you're just straight up. You're just straight up like, yep, can't wait to beat on some fucking bastard children, dude. It's awesome. Really reinforces what I have to say about police being just awful and brutal deliberately.
Dorks at the beginning of the video who are like, be nice to the police. Why aren't you nice to the police? They're still over here begging to bootleg, bro. They're saying, please, can I please lick your boots, please? Fucking nerds, man. Fucking nerds, bro.
Are you guys okay? Do you need some water? Do you need a granola bar?
Why can't we get some celebrities on that campus? Dude, come on.
Look at these brave women over here. We're about to go meet up with the queens. We're about to go meet up with the queens.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you? Yeah.
Oh shit, look
Because
who
this
it is.
fit does not fucking stop. Holy shit.
Hi guys. What's up, gang?
What up, Frogan? I'm so glad you're here.
Dude, I tried stream sniping you and I did not know where the fuck you were.
Yeah, it's a big campus and I'm moving around a lot, so.
Yeah, 'cause I got media perms.
Oh, no way?
I talked to
For inside?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They said as long as you're not showing faces,
Oh, well,
you're good.
how are we going to live stream and not show faces?
I mean, I just assume that everyone's wearing a mask inside.
They are, yes.
And as long as you're streaming in good faith.
Oh, well, 100%.
Yeah.
100% we're doing that.
Oh, I didn't even see this. Frogan said that I can
you don't wanna
Discord
go in
call
there?
her.
Capri's coming.
You want to wait for Capri?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad he's coming.
Yeah. I got here. Okay, Prez.
That has my fucking phone number on it.
My thumb was going.
Your thumb was in the way. You're just doxing me on camera.
Why'd you put your real phone number on there?
That's the... I don't know. In case it gets lost.
420-6969.
Babe, maybe it's time to stay up all night and report on UCLA. Do it for us. Okay, babe. As long as you're streaming in good faith, huh? Well, yeah, they're worried about fucking random dickheads going in. They're worried about random dickheads going in and being disruptive.
What's up, bro? Brett.
Oh, Brett, dude, I don't recognize who.
I know, it's okay. That's the point,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, hell yeah, it's good to fucking meet you.
Yeah, good to see you. I'm live right now, by the way.
Right on.
Do you mind?
all
me?
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Everybody, this is Ben Camacho. He was a guest on our podcast. Incredible reporter for freelance right now. Yeah, right. But you can support Ben by sending a fucking email to Knock LA and to Ground Game LA and demanding that they free Knock LA.
Tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, seriously, tell
Honestly.
them this journalist outfit is one of the most important pieces of LA's journalism scene, and it's absolutely being gutted and turned into a propaganda module for semi faux progressive city councilors.
Faux progressive is the way to put it.
Support Knock LA.
What's gonna happen tonight?
So here's the info I have. All of this is
unconfirmed.
Yes, to say the least.
Yeah, that's what it's like out here.
It can change, but the word is that I've heard the police are coming at like 1 to 6 a.m.
Damn.
I don't see them staging anywhere. I've heard rumors of them staging at the federal courthouse south of here. There are also rumors that they will use the buildings to come in.
I've heard that one.
They'll come through the buildings.
Yeah.
So but again, these are all rumors. This is not like,
From the air.
yeah.
Pop up from tunnels under the college, like.
Yeah, are there tunnels under there? Hamas tunnels? We better start digging.
Yo, I'm gonna go check this out. It was really good to meet you.
Yep, of course, man.
Yeah,
It was
I'll
great.
see you around and be safe.
Take care, Ben.
They barricaded the shit.
We barricaded that shit.
Icons.
We barricaded that shit. I was like,
Okay. Dude, like, I don't know, like I was saying, I never expected this much support to be for Palestine growing up. Like, in an Arab community, everybody was personally, directly affected. Like, my dad left Lebanon in the 90s, and that people in my community have similar stories. So, Palestine finally getting the national and international coverage it finally has is, like, insane to me. It makes me really happy.
the dam is breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought, not to be like boomer or whatever, but I never thought I'd see a potential for a free Palestine in my lifetime.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you know me. You know this about me, but I was like the vice president of the SJP, like in like 2013 at my school when I was going to college, you know. And I agree. We were organizing encampments, and like we did a sit-in at our president's office and shit. Like, but it was like 12 of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like 4 people, me, a Jewish woman, incredible person, and 2 Palestinians who, like, those are the people going to every meeting and organizing, right?
And then now look at this.
And yeah, we maybe knew a few friends who knew about the struggle, but they probably weren't going to show up to every like organizing meeting, you know. But we could get them to an action. And so, you know, but I mean, yeah, look at this, like, and to imagine, like, last night they were attacked and successfully defended against a fascist mob that was here. Let's be real, they was here to fucking kill them. Like, they're here to destroy them.
The youth gives me hope. I know that a lot of them are probably similar to my age-ish.
Yeah.
But everyone here.
Sorry, hold on one second.
Oh no, I should stop texting Brett. Fuck!
Second chat, this might break the stream. 1 second.
Teeth?
Somebody's inside the encampment that we could interview once we get in there.
All right, cool.
We'll do that. That's a good idea, Hasan.
That's another reason why.
God damn, you broke the fucking, you bricked it, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really done much interviews outside of like this. I talked to Film the Police LA briefly about what he's.
Fuck!
I'm like, I'm gonna be fucked.
Jesus.
But it's all good, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm probably more valuable filming than I am getting arrested or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, people.
If people are watching, then I should be doing it, but.
If there's any streamers in LA, like, I feel like they should be here documenting what's gonna happen because at the end of the day, they're trying to silence the media. They don't want
Wait, tiny stream, what the fuck? Hasan broke it? What do I do? Fix the aspect? I don't have control over that. Here, does this help?
Yeah, it's good. It's fixed.
Can you pull up the stream?
Producer icon.
Is it fixed? Saved? Fixed? Okay, thank you. Thanks for letting me know, chat. It didn't show anything on my end. Also, Hasan, quit texting me. You're fucking it up.
Also, Hasan.
You got 2 people you can text. yeah. Text.
Producer's here. But yeah. Oh. Capri's coming right now.
Hell yeah.
Capri some poppy.
I'm so proud of you for being here. I know it's
I'm proud
like
of you for being here
it's
for
outside of
fucking
your comfort zone and like not something you're familiar with, and
Yeah, I've only been
it's
to-
a very scary environment to be in if you're not, you know.
Yeah, I've only been to one protest like this. I went to.
I am paying attention, dumbasses. I'm listening to everything
and then
he's saying.
Well, we went before 2020.
I'm setting up people for them to talk to, okay?
The Roe
Inside
v.
of the
Wade
encampment.
This was like before when the document leaked from the Supreme Court that they were going to. We had a little protest there. Yeah, Carter was there too. Shout out Carter. Denims was there too. Shout out Denims.
Dude, I did Pot Friend on stream.
Yep, we did Pod Friend. Wait, do it.
You were on the news. You were interviewed. Yeah. Okay. We should go in.
Is he coming or no?
Cap's coming, but
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Shit.
Okay.
No, they didn't see my.
Let's go.
wait, Brett.
Okay, I'm waiting.
We'll do it after.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, typically police move pretty slow at protests. It probably won't be a thing where they're just like busting in and fucking knocking heads. That's gonna cause way more chaos than they're willing to deal with. People are not gonna be receptive. Like that's gonna be bad for them. There's gonna be many opportunities for people to leave. Yeah, they're gonna probably wait until these crowds thin out. Which is why we should not let the crowds thin out. Get the fuck out here.
So do you think?
Opinion on the protesters to control of Hamilton. They are awesome, and I love them. And the police are fucking fascist pigs for violently apprehending them.
If you, I haven't. Are there like counter protesters here currently?
There have been a few, and I've definitely recognized a few faces, but they are way, way, way outnumbered in a way they weren't last night. Like,
Yeah.
we keep us safe, you know?
Honey. I don't think so.
We should go now?
Alright, are you here?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so follow everybody coming to the encampment, and we're outside currently, and then we're gonna go in, but everyone's getting warned that they're gonna get arrested if you don't do so. Cameras back right now. Sorry, it's Capri.
Is he close or no?
Yeah, he just got off the freeway. He said there's police everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, we should just go in then.
Okay.
If he's not even parked yet, it'll take him 20 minutes to walk here after he parks.
And he said he has to pee, so.
Fuck that.
He asked, he's like, is there anywhere to use the bathroom? I'm like,
Nope.
Do you show the videos of the pro-Palestinian armies being violent and assaulting people, or just the good side of this? the pro-Palestinian armies being violent, are you talking about like Al-Qassam Brigade trick shot videos after the Israeli occupying force entered Gaza and got their shit murked like in their $30 million tanks? Is that what you mean? Because I do show that sometimes. If you're talking about October 7, obviously I can't show terms of service violations. However, yes, we have covered the October 7 stuff pretty endlessly, as a matter of fact. The atrocities. That has to be a troll. I think he's just a kid. Because he doesn't know the right words. Thoughts on Hamas? Wow, no one's choking out poor Jewish people. Surprising. No one cares. Go home. Yeah, no, I think he's just a kid. Because he doesn't know. Yeah. He doesn't know, like, it's probably a juicer. He doesn't know the proper terminology to communicate, like, Hasbara propaganda. So I suspect it's just a child. Followed me on 9/11/2021. Most likely became an XQC fan or was an XQC fan already. Was probably also a fan of mine as well. Then he got fucking... Then he watched a couple like Destiny Destroys videos. And then decided to pick up on some of the vibes. And is just trying to like repeat some of it in here. But this person is not a person that's like fully cognizant of what they're saying. They're just having fun with it. All right, here's inside the encampments.
To be able to process the horrors that we're going through, you know. I don't know about you guys, but if you were watching any of the live streams or anything
The
last
chatter
night,
that
I
said
fucking
earlier
woke up.
fucked up shit about Brett that got banned.
I woke up with
God.
a stress headache worse than I've had in years. You think so? I don't want to film people praying. Yeah.
I haven't been to this part. I've only been around the outskirts.
I hope you become the president one day, buddy.
There's resources being distributed, gas masks, helmets. Trying to avoid faces here, guys. I'm really trying. Most people have masks on, but if I see people without one, I am turning away.
What? Juicer comments on XT Clip channels are so bad they got no idea what's happening and already taking the Zionist side? Yes, brother. They're 12 years old and XQC is good friends with Divorcelli. So they think like that's the position to take. They're barely sentient, dude. What are you talking about? They're kids.
To somebody in a vest, and they said that we can film as long as you don't show anybody's faces.
Yeah, but going around like that is like...
Okay,
I feel
okay.
like,
Sure.
you just-
Would you like to... Where would
if
you
you're
like
gonna
to
go over, like, if you're gonna live stream, you have to, like... You just can't be doing that. Like, you can easily get someone's face. It's really intimidating. Like, even if you're trying not to, that's like...
Okay, we'll leave. Is that okay?
I mean, just don't live stream.
Okay, we'll just leave.
You're
Sorry, we
so
thought we had
mad.
permission, chat. I'm gonna pocket
This is
you
all
for a
they
second.
got. All they got is this shit. The saddest part about this LOLW user is that he's not a 12-year-old. He's actually a 45-year-old IT guy who will never have a wife that he can divorce like his favorite debate lord. He's a 2014 account. So that's like an actual old guy who probably used to be alt-right, is no longer alt-right, at least on his own accord. He doesn't think he's alt-right any longer. He's a big fan of Joe Brandon, Dark Brandon memes. That's a boomer. Now, of course, yeah, see, there you go. I don't mind the, oh God, it's so fucking lame. I don't mind the young chatters who are like, 14, 15, 16 and juicers, like they'll fucking change. This guy is fucking set in his ways, you know what I mean? He's an old ass charlatan who has been around in this community probably since 2019, periodically coming in and out to talk shit. His soul is hurting. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at this. That's a hurt soul, brother. That's a hurt ass soul going, you're mad, lol. Twitter lefty seething. This is a man who has no fucking personal political opinions whatsoever. No moral compass. Just literally repeating what he hears from a dude, a two-time divorce champion. I hope he gets saved one day, brother. One day. Dead giveaway with the PFP. Yep. Look, every time he comes in, it's just a clip. It's a clip chimp that he saw that raged him. Don't listen to Hasan. He's joking. Don't take it too serious. I mean, I want him to be a better person. I want him to be a happier person. Look, why do you think grocery store workers are not replaceable when there are now 6 million people out of their jobs? Is this where I can get some bro tips in 2020? We'll keep this one as a pet. Can you tell us what the slogan of the Houthi movement is? October 7 Lever. Give us something else, brother, instead of fucking going DDL. Pokey doesn't like you, bro. Wait, what? The fuck? I wonder if this is the stalker account. This man is so old. I know. He's literally perishing in front of our eyes. Is this guy the Pokemon stalker? No shot. Go on the Anything Else podcast, you coward. I have no idea what that is. Bro, are you all right, dude? Armed LASD SWAT is going into the building, by the way. On. I gotta send Taylor's information. To Morgan. Drop a pin. Disable your VOD? Wait, why?
Guys, where are the SWAT? Just saying there are SWAT doesn't help me. I need like location. Where are they? I will go to the location. I just don't know where they are.
Hassan, I agree with you, but why you gotta be so rude to random people? It's not their fault that for what they believe in. What? If I'm being rude to someone, they trust me.
Guys, Katie is not an editor.
Oh, never mind. You already know why I'm being rude to people. Never mind. You are one of the people that I'm being rude to. I'm being extra rude at the top of the hour when I serve a 3-minute ad break for you, though. Here it is. It's not their fault, but they can do better to change, and that is their fault. Yeah.
His chat doesn't like it either. Pure hate.
Calm like a Tom. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
Yeah, no, it's called war. It's called war. Genocide, it's called war. It's not called genocide, it's called war. Don't engage with them. Don't engage. You're wrong, and you can't stand it. You're wrong. See this.
EGGL is the rallying cry of losers who love debating like ethical CP, ethics of incest, and how it's valid to do. Just a bunch of the, you know, the guy that's in every group of friends that everybody talks shit about behind their back because they're constantly really fucking annoying.
I'm gonna stay with you right here.
And they want to like debate everything, including being pro-genocide. It's a group of individuals comprised mostly of like old ass neck bearded fucking losers. It's their rallying cry. They congregate on Reddit, and that's pretty much it.
10 feet. 10 feet, so.
I'm pro-Palestine, so I disagree with D, but I agree with him on other things. I don't know why left-leaning people can't talk to each other, because he's not left-leaning. He's a fucking sociopathic debate mercenary freak who's been able to dupe dumbasses like you. You are basically the Andrew Tate dick rider in the chat going, I don't understand. Andrew Tate actually has a pretty positive message about going to the gym. There's a million other dudes that you can fucking promote that also say the exact same things, you know, who don't actually routinely fucking harass leftist content creators with infinite more ferocity than they ever fucking harass or go after Nazis, as a matter of fact. So no, excuse me if I don't think that like his centrist grift is actually valid leftism or left-leaning bullshit. He's no different than fucking Tim Pool. Dude who agreed with Ben Shapiro on most issues, left-leaning.
Go home, weirdo. Go home, weirdo. Go home, weirdo. He just called me a fucking N-word. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Call me N-word. I'm white, weirdo. I'm white. You just called me the N-word. You just called me the N-word. I'm white. Whoa. You racist. You called me the N-word. You're white. I'm white. You just called that guy the N-word. The N-word. I've been on fights. He called me the N-word. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude who said Jim Crow isn't apartheid. That's the left-leaning legend. Dude who said Jim Crow wasn't apartheid. That's the left-leaning legend, and he did it in an effort to defend Israel's apartheid.
guys should go fight for Palestine. Go over there and fight. Go sign up. I served in the military. Did you serve in the military? How many kids did you kill? I did it. I was a medic. I helped people.
Palestine! Free Palestine!
Somebody attempted to trip me over just now. Somebody just tried it over at the bushes.
We got these guys, TikTok super users. But they're just standing around.
Are we allowed to jump over?
No.
Isn't this private property? Shouldn't they be protesting on public property? My friend, this is literally public property. It's a fucking public university. It's UCLA. It doesn't get more public property than this, brother. The fuck do you mean?
She said, fuck those cops.
I honestly didn't see them over there.
She said, we can take them. There's more of us of them. Charge! Friggin' leading the charge, bro. You're leading the charge, yeah? Alright, let's go to the front. Kaplan Hall. Huh, that is good info. Oh, here's Kaplan Hall. Wait, this must be Haynes Hall then, yeah.
I got news that UCLA sent out a final email warning all protesters. So basically, they're going to start arresting people soon.
I love that this is the best argument that people have on this issue. Why are they even protesting for Lamau? It's not like Israel will go, brother, they very openly communicate why they're protesting over and over again. You're taking a fucking stance on this, and it could be so easily fucking clarified for you if you just were even a little bit remotely intellectually curious. Like the brain of a child, absolutely. They're protesting so their tuition dollars don't go to funding and facilitating Israel's genocide and apartheid regime. They very clearly have made their demands be known. I have covered it probably 1,000 times. Free Palestine, but okay, got it. They want their university to divest. You have to admit you're fully biased? Of course I'm biased, dude. Yes. Yes, brother. I see a genocide and I don't like it. I'm anti-genocide. I see an apartheid regime and I don't like it. I'm anti-apartheid. You probably should be biased against apartheid and biased against genocide as well. The fuck? You okay? Yeah, I know, man. I'm really fucking bad guy over here. Classic fucking bad guy. Also, so stupid. Can't they go to another university in that case? Yeah, dude, they should just fucking leave and go to another university that also is, has not divested from Israel. Then they can do that very same protest there. So then you can get in here and chirp and be like, well, can't they go to another university then? What a fucking stupid conversation that we're having here. It's like, oh, if you don't love it, leave. Is that what you're supposed to do? I don't get it. If you don't love America because it doesn't offer you healthcare, you should stop fighting for it. And instead, If you don't love America, instead of trying to fix some of the problems, you should just leave. I thought most of the protesters don't go to school. That's not true. A lot of big brain chatters coming out of the fucking woodwork, dude.
Pro tip.
How many Jews died in the Holocaust? 6 million.
Fox helicopter is what you're hearing.
Go ahead, contest the figure now so I can fucking ban you, you little piece of shit, Nazi.
Vio says you're slay.
Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna preemptively ban you, actually.
That guy in the red hat. He's the one that jumped in to the encampment earlier without anybody's permission, and like we had to, or someone who isn't me had to like move him with a big group of people. Free Palestine. What up, Joan? Long live the Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. All right, no, honestly, go ahead. Honestly, not much has changed over here. Sorry.
The streamer's kind of full of himself, not gonna lie. Yeah.
Not much has changed. Still a line of LAPD. This is not the police that are going to be sweeping. I'll tell you that right now. Something also important to remember when you're watching these, when you're watching the show of force and how many police are coming and, you know, all the riot equipment and military.
Oh, I was talking about myself. I wasn't talking about Brett. I don't think Brett's full of himself.
Brutalize a bunch of teenagers. Is that the city of LA is in a massive budget deficit. So much so that Karen Bass's new budget that is being proposed and will be voted
Hasan, you don't know if that guy was a Nazi or if he was genuinely asking a question. You educate a lot of people, and a lot of us love you a lot, and to be bad would be so heartbreaking. Wait, what? Bro, he literally can't. Do you want me to go and find the chatters? You want me to go and find the fucking chatters actual account and then ban your ass too? Come on, dude. Come on, brother. Nobody's coming in here to ask that question like in a normal way, okay? Why are you guys so easy to fucking fool? I mean, I love you guys. You're empathetic. This is an empathetic fucking community, okay? Built around being nice. But holy shit, man. Like, you guys get baited so easily. Here, you want to see this guy's account? You should debate Destiny as well then. DM him. He'll talk to you about it. Debate a good takes on it. It's because he's your daddy. Clip Chimp is a good ass meme. If we all understand there's no chance American boots on the ground, what incentive does Russia have to negotiate when Ukraine is free real estate? If everyone has the same understanding that no American boots on the ground, what incentive? I'm not going to ban you. I'm just saying that you guys need to stop being so fucking gullible. You get manipulated by like dumbasses who simply just have to present themselves as asking questions. You know what I mean? A lot of people take advantage of the fact that this is an open space as long as you follow for 10 minutes. Take advantage of that. Uh-oh. Hello. Oh shit. Okay. What the hell? Oh, someone is saying it's time. She's like, "Come on, you've been streaming for 9 hours."
People are saying they feel on edge. A lot of emotions here tonight. Good, good.
Yes.
Sorry, I started talking about the budget, and I like.
I know.
I totally zoned out. I zoned out.
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
No, wait, that camera is definitely brighter. Yeah, no, for real, for real.
So the counter protesters are over there?
I don't think they're here. There's too many of us for there to be any of them.
Oh.
Like, literally, like.
I think they're waiting at home.
Or they are here, but they can't do shit because if they did, they'd get fucking removed by a bunch of people. Like, we keep us safe here, you know?
People are mobilizing.
What?
I think
You wanna go over there?
There's a sniper on the roof.
The drums are doing such a good job of keeping this environment like fun and, you know, like something that people want to be a part of, like maintaining the jovial atmosphere, reinforcing that we are not scared of what is happening. All of these people are here, ready to support the encampment again. If it does get clear tonight, we will be back. This colossal waste of fucking...
Guys, they're just there to defend the students. Obviously, that's what the vice chancellor said. Remember, the vice chancellor was like, oh yeah, we're just doing this specifically to defend the safety and security of students by sniping them from the fucking rooftops, you know?
There's highway patrol, there's the LA Sheriff's Department, and there's the LA Police Department.
that's insane, bro. Like, for a peaceful fucking protest.
For a peaceful fucking protest.
God forbid you don't want fucking people to be genocided and you don't want the tuition you pay to go towards that fucking funding. You know, I've been seeing tweets all day today. They're talking about how all these people are so against the occupation of one fucking small area on campuses. But they're okay with it happening to Palestinians? One fucking small area on campus, where in reality, at the end of the day, let's say there's no encampment, people are going to be sitting on that fucking grass anyways. This campus is huge. This is probably one of the biggest university campuses I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Wait. Per LAPD source, LAPD has just gone into a citywide tactical alert as tension builds at UCLA campus. Larger numbers of LAPD and riot gear now arriving on campus near the encampment as of 8 p.m. From the national correspondent for Fox News, Bill Malugin. That's insane. It's good for you to see. It's good for you to see that there is literally no problems, no issues whatsoever. And you have the straight up fucking military at this point. Good thing the vice chancellor said that there won't be sweeps. and then went back on it and said, actually, there will be sweeps. I lied. Lol. But you can leave before the sweeps occur. Peace. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't vote for Trump. Yeah, I'm so glad I voted for Joe Biden.
Nope.
So that there wouldn't be like this insane amount of like militant police presence against peaceful demonstrations overall that are protesting against gross injustices, you know? Democrat president, Democrat governor, Democrat
Helmets are being
mayor.
equipped.
In the encampment?
I don't know.
Just the way that.
Yeah, I agree.
Please tell me where sniping has happened on domestic soil. I mean, I don't think there's been a sniper, like a police sniper shooting at people on JFK. I guess maybe like Ruby Ridge or some shit. I don't know. There's been plenty of like random people sniping people. Police said over the speaker that they would be testing a long-range acoustic device and played another dispersal order.
Regardless of your purpose in remaining, you will be in violation of the law and may be subject to administrative and criminal actions up to and including arrest.
Did you forget a DC sniper? No, dude, I'm not talking about the DC sniper. Like, I think that chatter asked me, has there been an instance of like an actual sniper, like a police sniper, operating in an official capacity, killing like random Americans? That's why chat made a joke about JFK. The DC sniper was some guy sniping people with his son from the pickup. From the back of his car.
Outside. A lot of commotion out front.
I can't tell what's up.
By the time we get over, it's going to be done.
What are the legal grounds for the police in doing this? It's called being mean to Israel, which is a big no-no. But if you're asking me seriously, I guess they have given a lawful order for dispersal. I guess they can technically say trespassing because the university has called them on the campus, even though it is public property.
Hey, do you guys you ever read history? Do you think you're going to be portrayed well looking back? Are you guys proud of this? Are you proud of this? Holding guns, peaceful protests, teenagers here. Some of you are big, man. This guy's like 5'1", bro. Isn't there a height requirement or no?
Chill, Brad. Don't make fun of the short. Well, he's a manlet.
I'm here. Just complete suddenly forget.
Hey, HasanAbi, just wanted to say I used to be pro-Israel because of a lot of very pro-Israel family members, but you helped me see the bigger picture. Keep it up, bro. Thanks, Chatter. Thank you for being open-minded. I almost called the cop a short king because of my unconditional support of short kings, only to realize that he's a manly because he's a cop.
40 years like coming here fucking trying to fuck us over. You're ready to where were you guys yesterday? 4 hours late?
Now other people are jawing at him. I love it.
Oh, mess.
Make sure, of course.
Why do you turn into a white woman who doesn't see color when talking about short people?
Like, did he just say that?
Bro, what the fuck?
Poor little guy.
poor little boy. Poor little guy. Okay, we're gonna try to. I mean, where do you think we should go? To the front or the back? I felt like it was really loud there, and there was like not much going on. But where I met you.
Oh, this was an awesome photo from yesterday. A listener in LA sent this disturbing photo of what appears to be an alarmingly diminutive counter-protester and his romantic partner. That's literally the dude from Twin Peaks, bro. Highly possible at this point that Israel has either discovered Benjamin Button style technology or has made an alliance with the nation of Lilliput. Where are they getting these guys, man? It's fucked up. They partnered with his munchkin ass with a classic looking policeman. This guy looks like he joined the army to get a veteran scholarship to middle school. All respect, though. Do you see how Brace was clocked as Jewish by the Zionist counter-protesters, but not Noah? Wait, really? Cop wearing his Harvey Dent funeral-style dress blues comes over to check on what he seems to think is a child, but turns out to be a fully grown but crazily short member of the NYPD. Crazy combo, no disrespect. The person that is making fun of these dudes for their height is literally the same height as them. Okay? Calm down. There's nothing wrong with being short. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being short. There's plenty of fucking short kings out there. Unless you're a cop, in which case you're a manlet. Okay? There's a difference between short kings and fucking manlets.
Yeah, there are snipers here.
Dude.
Completely unnecessary. There are no weapons here. There is a peaceful protest, brother.
Low light of the night.
Is there a place to enter? Yeah.
Low light of the night. Some antisocial guy in a bring the hostages home hoodie, clearly going on appearances, goes up to Brace and asks him and not me if he's a Zionist. I am losing my Semitic touch. That's awesome. What up, Morgan? a sold counter to all the freaks who talk about protests blocking emergency services from getting where they need to go. It may sound crazy, but this just happened. Columbus police helicopter just landed on the hospital helipad. Columbus police did not notify command that they were landing on the helipad. Medical helicopter trying to land a hospital was diverted because Columbus police helicopter was blocking the helipad. Look at that. Turns out some people do actually end up disrupting medical aid.
I didn't even have my own mask. I had to use my hijab for my mask. Hi gang, how are you? Okay, so let's see this shit. It's not shit.
What's the point of free speech if the government can decide which speech is free? Great question. It's called a defense for being racist. Free speech only goes in the direction of right-wing reactionary sentiment, fascist sentiment in this country. Free speech is allowed. Anti-Semitism is perfectly allowed as long as you are an actual anti-Semite and a Nazi and not someone who's anti-Israel. Because if you're actually critical of the state of Israel, then that's not allowed. If you're actually just a straight-up Nazi who says, like, Jews will not replace us, then cops will offer protection to you. Hell, they'll probably march alongside you. They probably agree with you.
Inside the encampment, I saw them outside.
Free speech only goes in one direction.
Because I was like, hypothetically, if I do get arrested today, what am I going to get charged for?
Hasan is doing a good stream when all these freaks come out. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the
And I have my cats.
process.
And I couldn't, they told me to ask green hats. And they didn't have, they told me to find a green hat, but I couldn't find a green hat.
Here's another good freak question. Why protest on college campuses versus the government decisions where decisions are being made? Great question, chatter. That's because these are students. That's because these are students at that college campus. That's because they want to apply pressure in the best possible way they can to their own colleges that they are paying tuition to, because their goals are to get their college endowments to be divested from the state of Israel, because Israel is an apartheid state. That is the reason why they are protesting there. Do you believe progressives get free speech? No, not when it matters. You are currently watching one of the most progressive movements in the United States of America. They are demonstrably not getting any free speech privileges as the police are moving in to actively suppress their free speech. They are demonstrating on public land at a public university as students of said public university.
Out away from where the encampment is, and then perhaps they'll go into the encampment so that they can deal with the encampment without having, as Nick said, to have to deal with the others on the outside.
So we're seeing this play out, obviously, in real time, happening right now as we are watching this and the tension rising. You know who else is probably watching? The White House. I mean, they're undoubtedly looking at this. Politicians across the spectrum in the aisle are looking at what's going on.
Deal with the encampment. That's CNN, by the way. Deal with the encampment, they said. What do you mean deal with the encampment? The best way to deal with the encampment is to meet their demands, at least halfway. Be honest about a negotiation.
I think the president, I say this, Laura, as someone who wants Joe Biden reelected. We are at each other's throats in this country right now. The American people are afraid, and they see unrest and chaos on their TVs and phones every single day. Where is the president? This is not a normal time. The other guy running for president, Donald Trump, is out there saying, I'm going to be a dictator. I'll be a dictator to stop this. I mean, Trump wants the chaos. Biden's got to get out there and step up and explain what's going on.
What do you
think? He's got to be like, we got to hit him harder, Jack. You better not say anything bad about Israel. I swear to God, I'll wake up.
I do. I mean, look, I think part of the tension is he has also pretty much been the only person trying to get the hostages out, trying to negotiate with Netanyahu
look
to
at how
prioritize
fucking massive that
hostages.
is.
And that is still a priority. We don't even know how many there may be left.
Because it includes Americans as well.
Correct. But also, he's trying to bring about a ceasefire and peace, and trying to negotiate with the other neighbors in the Middle East to try to come up with there can be a two-state solution. Can we have peace in the Middle East? It feels so Pollyanna to say that, but you've got to try. And
that's all behind closed doors.
Right. And that's very different than a public conversation. However, to Joe's point, earlier today I said I didn't think he should get involved. I changed my mind because I think, and Alyssa Farrah-Griffin made this point, he could use these remarks next week to remind.
So is Joe Biden going to lose more votes for being pro-Israel than Trump's going to come in and just be even more pro-Israel? Yes. Yes. And the bad things are going to continue. That is exactly what's going to happen, inevitably.
No, and this is a global problem.
And then they'll spend all of their fucking every waking hour complaining about how radical and woke the left has gotten. And then they'll further suppress the left when they're in a fucking position of power, which is already like a tiny movement to begin with, in comparison to the, broader, much more powerful fascist movement growing in this country.
This violent rhetoric is sort of being normalized. So I do think that's the opportunity. Remind us, what are we trying to achieve here? We're trying to achieve peace.
There's an opportunity here for him.
Yeah.
He needs to do it.
Wait till next week.
When this shit happened at USC first, it was much smaller than this. Brett's talking to Taylor. Oh, there it is.
I'm ready to sort of like the live streaming and people documenting the protests on the internet.
Oh, no way.
Streams through like that sort of accountability stuff. So yeah, I'm just looking to talk to anybody live streaming, anybody, especially live streaming police violence or, any sort of thing, like whenever those police do come through there, anything that's happening,
Sure.
any sort of attack.
Did you talk to Will?
Carlos? From USA Today?
No, William Good.
No.
From the police LA.
Oh no, I should talk to him.
I can put you in touch with them too.
That would be amazing.
Because he was here like all last night until like 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah, I would love to talk to him. Here, do you want to put your info in my phone really quick?
Yeah, let me.
Do you want me to?
Taylor Lorenz, yes. Friend of the show, Taylor Lorenz. She's doing a piece on people live streaming, so I was like, I'll put you in contact with Brett and Frogan.
Yeah, William's live right now also.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Oh, fuck. Commercial break. Goddamn it. I hate commercial breaks.
Hi, guys. If any of you are also live streaming, please reach out to me. Oh my God, look,
I think it's just us.
the sound will bail you out.
Yeah, we're
there are a lot of other people in there that are live streaming actually, but it's students.
Inside
There's a stochastic terrorist said someone in the chat.
It's so interesting because we actually got permission to live stream inside of there. And then we were in there for like 2 minutes, and somebody was like, "Hey, are you live streaming?" Like, don't. Which is, I'm totally cool. Like, I've been filming at these protests since USC, like the morning of the USC, and I know they have restrictions, and I've been following them and stuff. And so
there's someone in there with a giant video camera and a microphone.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
I asked somebody. I was like, "Hey, where'd you get permission from the media from?" They're like, "I didn't. I'm just here." I'm like,
"Hey, I'm not complaining about it. I want to respect their security and everything, but." But I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's fine. Like, we're fine.
Well, the SWAT guys are all on the roof here on the other side. So
on this building or the next one?
It might be the one after them. Whatever's the one that's right against I think it is this building that's right against the encampment.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
They said I'm going to post bail for them? Yo, chill, bro.
One person was saying that they're not going to.
I'm not trying to go ban for ban with the goddamn state over here, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ban for ban against Governor Gavin Newsom.
Like they've completely, I'm sure you guys saw, they've completely barricaded all of it.
Going ban for ban against Karen Bass.
They boarded it all up and everything.
Yeah, we built those this morning.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
yeah.
All right.
But I streamed the negotiations too, like the vice president negotiation that happened earlier today. I streamed that as well. But again, that was like, I'm like I see it happening. I'm running over.
I'm gonna
to
do a
find,
money spread.
liaison.
I'm gonna do a money spread on Mayor Karen Bass.
Like, can I live stream? You know, like, and so I got explicit permission for that one, but I went offline like immediately.
Aim higher,
afterwards,
go against Brandon. You know,
I don't want to be evidence
like
or
a
yeah,
staff
like
or whatever. No,
you know.
I'm very careful about that. I haven't posted that I've just been not even posted about it. Are you guys gonna stick around here? Or are you gonna go back around?
We've been floating, so we're on.
This chat. Does anyone know the quote about how being a leftist is just being right too early? Yeah, I don't know. I think wasn't it someone on Twitter who said that?
And then there's another one up at the front.
I think I saw somebody streaming that on YouTube. Is that the one with is there a huge crowd out there?
Yeah, there's a huge crowd at both, but the front one, there's like barricades, and then there's like 2 lines of police, LAPD, but they aren't.
Nathan Tankus. Yes, Nathan Tankus
They
said
aren't
it.
really like. I don't
Wait,
think those are
Yale
the
has
police
joined
that
the
are going to
fight?
be,
Wait, what the fuck? Hundreds of Yale student protesters have taken to the streets heading towards President Peter Salaby's house on Hill House Avenue to protest his decision to continue investing. Bro, does Yale know? Does Yale know where they are? Do they know what the institution is? Oh my God. So many future secret agents are going to now take matters in their own fucking hands and try to arrest them. They're gonna do a fucking civilians arrest, dude.
Barricades are being built.
And we will not be part of the genocide against Arabs and Palestinians.
I think we may be out of the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any food? Immediately and unconditionally. And they will try to tell you that the protests are inside.
I just needed some.
Cool.
Sorry. Just put another layer on.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly.
And while they think that the land they stole belongs to them, right now they are staring out of their wits. Because in order for Zionism and American imperialism to work, they need soft power. They require a good public image. And right now, we are interrupting their brunch by drawing attention to their crimes.
A little late for brunch.
It's not going to be business as usual. These protests are effective.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't imagine them.
I thought it was like a pro-Israel truck, and then I was listening.
I've actually seen it at other protests, but I don't know how they drove all the way in here. Like,
yeah.
So Taylor, what did you think about the inside of the encampment?
I think they're just trying to like shore it up because all of these police are lurking on the roof with their little, binoculars and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the only main entrance that's open. This is the only entrance that's open.
Yes.
And it looks
Also
like
exit.
Security guards are. Yeah. It's the only exit as well.
And were you at the Echo Park parade?
Well, when? A couple years ago? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you're standing around,
So you know how they operate. They will not distinguish between press and
that's
protesters.
The
They
thing. I
will.
don't want to get arrested. I have a
Yeah.
lot going on. And also, there's three people from the Washington Post. There's Aaron, who's our videographer.
Okay.
And then I think he's meeting a photographer who's working with us, maybe.
Sure.
But Aaron is gonna go back inside and get video and stuff.
Cool. So yeah, this is the back part.
Oh, this is what was on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. So they have this whole and they have a person up top that's like giving speeches, leading chants. Students are here working on their finals.
The tension
It's
is
really dark over here. I'll try to
clearly, unbelievably high. I'm sure on both sides at this point, Laura. So, I think the arrangement that Nick walked through for us is really what you would expect to find in a situation like this. It's basically the result of what we call mutual aid agreements, which are basically understandings between different law enforcement agencies that'll come in and essentially back each other up when one of them has a job or a crisis or a response that overwhelms their personnel capacity. That's clearly what we have here in the case of the UCLA Police Department. So they're being backed up by the state police, the Los Angeles County Police, the LA County Sheriffs, and I'm quite sure every other law enforcement entity they can find at this point. And so the way to run that logically and effectively is to kind of divide up tasks in the way that Nick described. So none of that really surprises me.
University endowments own approximately 0.1% of public companies. Even if protests are successful, that 0.1% stock would just be bought by someone else quickly, and those buyers might not have the best interest in mind. This is a silly protest. Brother, it is not simply just about divesting, okay? That is one of the major points. But obviously, it's about applying political pressure. Why is it that you are so insanely hyper focused on this minutia when looking at literally the exact same thing that already happened and was successful in dismantling the apartheid regime in South Africa? It is very frustrating. It doesn't take a genius to predict that the divestment from Israel to... Oh, that's why. Because you're a pussy-ass bitch. Oh, you're a pussy-ass bitch. Not because, like, you're a cowardly dog and a rabid Zionist, but you're a pussy-ass bitch who doesn't even want to fucking openly state what his actual opinion is. Why didn't you come in here with that? Why didn't you just come in here with that? You had to come in and be like, here's my critical take on the divestment. Bitch, you don't even fucking want it. You don't want it at all. It's not about personal insults, so civil conversations make you look like a goofball. Brother, in the year 2024, when 15,000 children have been ruthlessly slaughtered by the state that you're currently defending, a genocidal state, it doesn't fucking matter. You are the goofball here, and everyone else can see that. I'm calling you a pussy-ass bitch for being cowardly and sheltering your actual, your honest opinion on the matter. Because you're too afraid. There's a reason why you're too afraid to actually openly state your opinion. Because a lot more people actually recognize how devastating Israel's existence in the region has been. That's it. Personal insults instead of civil conversations make you look like a gooseball. Why do I have to have a fucking civil conversation with your bitch ass? Why? Do I have to have a civil conversation with you? You are literally defending the notion that like divesting from Israel would lead to more bloodshed. Totally, man. Here's a really good way to deal with this, okay? Here's a really good way to deal with this. Israel capitulates to the political pressure brought about in the Western world that then ultimately sees a political price that they must pay for unconditionally offering support to Israel's apartheid and Israel's genocide. And then Israel no longer does some fuck shit. How about that? That's a really easy way to limit the bloodshed. Chatters would be like, I'm defending 15,000 slaughtered babies. Please be civil to me. Civility is simply an aesthetic choice that you're making in order to make your genocidal ambitions more palatable. Why the fuck should I be civil back? You don't want civility. You want me to be servile. You want me to be in agreement with you. That's what you want. You want complicity.
And I'm sure that law enforcement leaders in the LAPD and among their colleagues across the law enforcement community in LA are considering.
That's precisely the reason why so many of the fucking rabid Zionists out there are some of the least civil animals I've ever fucking heard of in my entire life. Like Boner Chelly talking about fucking nuking Gaza, or Rabbi Shmuley. Those motherfuckers ain't civil, but you probably love those dudes. Why? Because they agree with you. You don't want civility, you want complicity. Again, another cowardly way of sheltering your true opinion, hiding your true opinion for no fucking particular reason. We know what you are.
Toxic the interaction is between these kind of pro-Palestinian protesters and the counter-protesters, many of whom are there.
You denied the
kind of
Armenian
representing
genocide.
the
Stop being a
interests
Christ actor,
of,
turkey boy. You guys are the biggest things for Israel.
In this geopolitical,
I agree.
geopolitically
The Turkish
inspired
government is a
conflict.
fucking major sin for Israel.
And so those are hostilities that literally could break out any place around LA. As you know, people watch this. They watch this standoff. They will watch what happens, and they could react very strongly to that. So I think it's an appropriate move for the LAPD to put their folks on notice to say, be ready. You could be called in at any time.
I mean, we're talking about Los Angeles County, the most populous in the nation.
Yeah, dude, I didn't vet.
It's more than, according to data, census data, I think it's
I didn't vet
more
John
than
Fetterman
9
or Joe Biden. You're right.
Residents in LA County. You just described 9,000 officers who are told to be at the ready. Now, obviously, there is no indication that all of LA County would be against the police or pose any significant risk to the officers' ability to maintain the public safety and calm. But just the sheer proportion and number is overwhelming to consider, as we are continuing, as you and I are speaking, to see a number of people that has grown from a size when we first began our broadcast 46 minutes ago, a fraction of the people that we are now seeing, the actual pavement underneath the feet that was once able to be readily seen in the street. Now, of course, seems to be crowded with people, and the same officers, reinforcement in the lines.
Dude, we always got money in the banana stand for beating the shit out of protesters. We always got money in the banana stand when it comes to fucking police brutality. Never any fucking money for goddamn potholes. No money for healthcare. No money for potholes. No money for investing in fucking private institutions or public institutions of education. Actually, here's a public institution, okay? No money for K through 12 education, chat. We can't do it. Sorry. It's all going to the fucking Gestapo dickheads, dude. Thank God they're out there, you know, spending the $8 million a day in tax dollars, the infinite money glitch. Oh my God. Yeah. Always got money. Always got money to fucking beat people's asses, you know? She literally said we need millions of police officers in LA in case 9 million come out protesting. Yeah. Dude, every man should become a police officer today. We should just honestly deputize everyone, give them guns, and start killing fucking anyone that says anything remotely mean about Israel. That will surely solve the problem. Fuck it. Deputize every hog. Ship them in from Bakersfield so they can beat the shit out of anyone and everyone that dare defy the American State Department. Okay? Call me the sheriff. I'm the sheriff of sucking cock, Israel's cock specifically. Okay? You better not fucking say anything. Not on my watch. I'll fucking dome you so hard. I'll turn the streets of Los Angeles into fucking Gaza. I better not hear you defy the American State Department's interests one more fucking time. Not gonna lie, Hassan. If the ICJ rules that it's not a genocide, will you admit you were wrong? No, dumbass. Why the fuck would I admit? Why be more careful about throwing the term genocide? What are you saying? Do you think I give a single fuck about international institutions? Yeah, of course I care about them as long as they're actually following the rule of law, which it seemingly is going through that process at the moment. It is pretty funny, though, that the only time you actually have issue with Israel's atrocities is when white people are killed by Israel. You fucking animal. You dumb fucking ape. No conscience. Nothing. Just the only atrocity is the World Central Kitchen aid workers, dude. Israel killed 200 aid workers before WCK. That's not an atrocity. Every fucking school has been blown up. That's not an atrocity. Every fucking hospital. That's not an atrocity. 7 white guys get killed and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. That was an atrocity, we'll admit. You are so transparent in your bias. That is an atrocity. The World Central Kitchen bombings were an atrocity. On a long list of atrocities that Israel has committed since October 7th. Suck my fucking dick. 7-month subscriber coming back in here after October 7th to chirp. Will you admit that you were wrong if the ICJ doesn't declare Israel's actions to be genocidal? Jesus Christ, dude. You don't even care. You don't care about the ICJ court decision. Pretty sure the Nico Sam is a DGG head? Yeah, of course he is. They always make the dumbest fucking arguments. They come in here, make the stupidest fucking arguments, try to piss me off, clip it, and then go, look at us on. We got him. Yeah, the G in DGG stands for fucking deranged genocide gnomes. They love it. They love it so much. They're like, ooh. The funniest part about this is that if Destiny wasn't a fucking pro-genocide streamer, they would literally not be either. That's how fucking easily manipulated they are. That's the funniest part. Like, tomorrow, I promise you, if tomorrow he just decided, yeah, this Israel shit has actually gone too far, I'm actually anti-Israel now, like 95%, the hyper nationalistic Hasbara weirdos that probably entered his community in the last fucking 7 months would leave. But the rest of the community, the diehards, would absolutely turn around and start advocating for the argument in the opposite direction because they don't have a dog in the fight. They don't have a stake in the fight. They just like fucking shit up. Edgy, nihilistic fucking losers. This instance is a major issue for them specifically because these protests are fucking up my dating life. Look, I don't care about any of this Israel, Palestine, Hamas idea of bullshit. I'm just trying to get laid. And that's impossible to do when every baddie in New York is staunchly on the side of the protesters, no matter how insane they get. Shouldn't you be trying to convince these people of the right thing instead of ostracizing them? Man, suck my fucking dick, dumb fuck. These people are fucking brain broken. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus Christ. I'm willing to bet that fucking idiot is not so easily duped by a couple people going, I'm genuinely curious, and actually is participating in it himself. God, people are so fucking easily manipulated. It is insane to me. All it takes for people to be like, well, he's actually just asking questions is for someone to literally say, I'm simply asking questions. Won't you admit that you're fucking wrong that Israel is doing a genocide if the ICJ decides that Israel is not doing a genocide? That's all it took for a bunch of dumb fucking idiots in this chat to turn around and be like, actually, he was just asking a real question. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. They're cynically weaponizing your curiosity and my interest in trying to have as much as an open debate and discourse as possible to manipulate the conversation into me fucking yelling at them so that a bunch of other dumb fucks in the chat will turn around. Yeah, he ran back to DGG to get validation. We see your fucking group chats, dickheads. He really permabanned me for that. Lol. And some of you guys literally can't understand that they are like straight up watching every fucking day. They watch every day, sit in their fucking little Discord servers and go, we're going to really piss them off. It's ridiculous. Insert the Northern Lion video here for all the people that get, manipulated by people like this. You're getting manipulated by the dumbest fucking lowest effort bait of all time. When people just come in here, spending every fucking waking moment watching so they can piss me off. And they come in here and they're like, Hasan, why have you not actually openly admitted that you're biased and that Israel hasn't killed enough children and that all of those children are actually terror babies? Just curious. And that's all it takes for so many people to be like, well, he's actually just curious. Why did you just yell at him for that? And then they turn around and go, see, this guy is so unreasonable. I was simply asking a question. Here's the troll. Here.
Yeah, that time I was tapped, man. That time I had 6 jokers.
I'll just play this instead.
The trolls were fucking goblins. Back in my day, 20 years ago, the trolls were fucking goblins, bro. They were like, they knew that they were doing bad things and irritating people. And then when people got irritated, they typed "you mad" and they won. They got permit, but they understood that they were the villains. Now the trolls are like, does anybody else think that this person should be locked in a mental hospital? And then when someone's like, you have been permanently banned from the chat, they're like, I was just talking. You are my friend. Like, what, bro, go back to being a gremlin. Go back to being like a little demon in the wires instead of like, well, I was just asking questions. Disingenuous so-and-so.
It's just such a banger take. It's such a banger clip. Hamas Piker, certified classic, 7 hours ago. Paid up votes. Hey guys, let's get this to the top of Reddit all. Israel's a Nazi-style state. Israel's actions are identical to the Nazi regime. Hasan. Hey guys, let's get these up dudes going, okay? Maybe we'll get them canceled. What are they going to do? Am I going to get fucking on the top of the stopantisemitism.org leaderboard again? Hey guys, it's so funny because sometimes they do these up dudes to the left shit and then it actually hits our all. This obviously is not a take that people will love about on Reddit, because Reddit is fucking insane when it comes to any position that the American State Department holds. Oh, up dude. Yeah, they fucking call me Hamas Piker in their subreddit. Come on, dude. There's nothing more pathetic, nothing more worm-like than fucking purchasing Reddit up dudes to do propaganda for another streamer who does not give a shit about you, doesn't know you, does not care about you, that you have a parasocial relationship with. You're doing propaganda for his own personal grievances because he's never not going to be a toxic debate pedophile. So he will always forever be angry that someone that he thought would be his little orbiter, just like many of his other current orbiters, actually fucking eclipsed him. And he has never let go of that resentment. And you are fighting his 5-year-long battle at this point for him. It's so sad. If you truly love this person in a parasocial way, you should be telling him to fucking take care of his son, bro. He's 40 years old. He's got a whole ass child. Pushing 40. The amount of fucking resentment that they have in the amount of resentment he has in his fucking heart is just unimaginable. It's unhealthy. Ay, ay, ay. I have covered the anti-Semitism bill earlier.
Chat, I showered most days
Anyway,
twice.
I'm going to hit the top of the hour ad break right now. That's probably why they're mad.
Whose university? Our university! Whose university? Our university! Whose university? Our university! It's our campus! It's our university! Okay. Can y'all hear me? Hello? What's up? Alright, y'all. Yes, it's our campus. It's our university. We run this place. And yet, we still have cops going around buildings trying to get the folks in the encampment out. Are we okay with that? No. Are we gonna let that happen? No. We have one more move to make. Is everyone listening right now? I don't hear you all. Is everyone listening?
I'm
right
not
now?
going to stay up until the sweep. I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can, but I am very tired.
Here's the next plan. We want to make room. We want to take space in the hallway that is between Kaplan and Powell. Do y'all know where that is?
And I have to take care of my daughter.
We have sent already 2 groups before. The first group went to the first entrance of the camp, and it's secure, it's protected. The second group is like the flagpole, and it's secure, it's protected. We can do this again, right?
Yeah!
We're still here, right? We're still fighting, right? Amazing. And so the next move is the following. If you are on my left side, the left
Yes,
side
no
of the
gaming
stairs,
today.
and you're really, ready to start moving and walking around and chanting, I'm gonna ask you folks to stand up and make your way following the marshal that is waving their hands back there. Follow the marshal. We're gonna move some people in between the library and Kaplan. Whatever the library is called. Powell and Kaplan. One more time. If you are getting up, if you're moving, it's because you're ready to keep the picket line going. Please follow the marshal. Stay in groups. Stay close. The rest of us are going to stay here for as long as it takes. Okay?
Did you get enough? Or you good?
I got a little bit more. It's our campus. We know our way around it, and we know how to keep each other safe. Isn't that right?
Freaking.
If you're still here,
Do you know where Frogan and them went?
No, they were right here earlier.
Check Capri's stream. No, it's Capri's sun. That's his horoscope. I don't get it. What do you... No, just kidding. He's a Capricorn sun, right?
Yeah, I'm holding gaming hostage until Israel decides to free Palestine.
So they are asking for another group to go into the hallway between Kaplan, the one where we entered from. Okay.
Are we doing that?
Just to like equally disperse the bodies to protect the camp more. So they'll keep a lot of people here.
Also, this is
to
the old
protect
t-shirt.
this, but
It
they're like,
smells like
"Wait,
shit.
too many
I'm not
here.
gonna lie.
Let's go somewhere else."
Wait, how the fuck? What the fuck is this? CEO Bonk?
Oh, what the fuck? They're walking somewhere completely different. I think they're actually over there. So they're going in the direction where we would go. Do you guys want to move over there? Or yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Chatters, if you have an issue with me not gaming today,
it's so dark.
Please
I feel like
file your complaint with the Los Angeles Police Department. You seem like you support Israel. Yes. Guy following for an entire year. Definitely, that's what I seem like. File your complaints with Los Angeles Police Department for fucking cooking up gaming hour. Yeah. HasanAbi Waiting Room is also streaming the HasanAbi head that I met. I think he was inside the encampment. I don't know if he still is. So is Capri Sun Poppy. LAPD, arrest this fool? Okay, if you ask the LAPD to arrest me, I'll never game. This is sick.
It's crazy. It makes me want to cry. Like dead ass. Like it's not like a fucking fuck around shit. It's scary.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell if these guys are like Palestinian or like Persian, but I want to say what's up in Arabic.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. This is sick. What the fuck? I want a bonker.
Bro, look at him. He's on his little fucking...
One in the chat if you're a Habibi.
Dr.
Angry Nimrod, thank you for the 5 gifted.
You guys gotta stop.
Chatters, Capri Sun Poppy is Palestinian, by the way. Bonk. For those of you who don't know. Bonk the cops if they show up. Dude, this is sick. Hold it down for a bigger bonk? What the hell? No way. Yo, this shit is sick. Omega bonk. You're amused so easily. Yeah, the hammer will suffice for gaming content today. Gaming frogs are satisfied. There you go. Bonk. Bro, you don't watch Twitch for shit? This shit is in a lot of chats. I don't watch Twitch at all. I never watch Twitch. Because I'm too busy fucking streaming, dude. 8-year-old brain. Yeah. Anyway, all right. On that note, I'm going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. I love you all. I'm tired. Okay.
Introduction, starting off the day.
There's another 10-hour stream that we did today.
All the shadows trickling in.
I hope that the protesters are safe. I hope that the police magically decide not to be fucking massive pieces of shit tonight. Love you all. And to all of you, a good night. Peace, everybody.